Jackson inside. He's got that burst. He's down the left sideline.
Johnson, you're not catching him. He's going to the mall. That's the wildest touchdown with an Etch-a-Sketch run.
Moore is off to the races on the simple option. Latrell Jackson. He will sprint 4-6.
Going deep in the end zone. Touchdown.
Are you ready for some high school football right here on Jeff Co-Ed TV? Hello again for the third time. I'm Matt Coulter with Jeff Co-Ed TV, and we've got a fabulous crew set to bring you an unbelievable broadcast here on Jeff Co-Ed TV. And what a matchup we've got to open the season. Of course, both teams are undefeated and also without loss so far. So that's the way it is as you look at the Cougars of Clay-Chalkville. They're coming off a 9-3 season in which they went too deep into the playoffs. And then you've got the Hueytown Golden Gophers. They were 9-3 a year ago, and they went 3 deep into the playoffs. So we've got 2 9-3 teams on Jeff Co-Ed TV set to do war today. Now, earlier, as you saw right here on Jeff Co-Ed TV, we had some rain. We also had some lightning. Let's take a look at the field now. It is an artificial surface, so the rain, it has a little bit of break at midfield, a crown, but they don't have as many these days because it's artificial. So you've got that. It drains well. It looks great. It's going to play great. But we do have the threat of lightning in the area. Right now we're in a delay for that reason, but that seems to have cleared the area. So we look like we're good to go here, and my best guess will be in 15, maybe 20 minutes as we continue with our pregame show here from Hueytown High School. Both of these schools have produced unbelievable athletes over the course of their school careers. One of them, when you talk about Hueytown, first a little note, I think of the Allison gang, the Alabama gang. Davy Allison graduated from Hueytown. But over the last 20 years, the name in athletics, the Golden Gophers program has been Jameis Winston. If you'll remember, Jameis was quarterback here, also played baseball, went to Florida State, also played baseball, but he led Florida State to a national championship, and then at the time became the youngest Heisman Trophy winner in that trophy's history. He was here earlier this week, and Emma Owen has his story.
Jameis Winston, Heisman Trophy winner. As a college quarterback, he led Florida State to a national championship. And after a decade in the NFL, he's starting his first season with the New York Giants. Even with all these accomplishments, Winston hasn't forgotten where he came from.
It's very important to give back to your community because you have to sow that seed and just give these kids some hope.
Each year, Jameis Winston returns to Hueytown High School, hosting a football camp for young players. This year, he also hosted a leadership summit, speaking to Jefferson County athletes in Hueytown High School's auditorium.
I just want to encourage these kids that, yes, we all have circumstances, conditions, and facts, but you also have a unique role and purpose in this world, so capitalize on that while you're giving life.
The local football legend, not the only one giving advice. He was joined by football greats Terrell Owens and Marcel Darius.
Nobody heard about Terrell Owens back in '92, coming out of high school, going to UT Chattanooga. I only had a few offers, if that, but to get to where I got to, there was a lot of hard work put in.
New Orleans Saints star Kool-Aid McKinstry, a graduate of Pinson Valley High School.
I feel like patience is key. I feel like you guys should never give up. I feel like you guys should always put your best foot forward. I feel like work ethic is definitely the most important thing.
Crimson Tide stars Ryan Williams and Austin Mack.
Obviously playing quarterback at the University of Alabama is a very large task. And I feel like one thing that I like to do and that everyone else on the team does very well is kind of just keeping that tunnel vision. And one way I like to do that is just kind of like Jamie said, just be grateful. Be grateful in everything you do.
And that's not all. NFL insiders also took to the stage, giving young athletes advice on navigating careers in football.
Because I know one day, maybe soon, that there's going to be another Golden Gopher that has came through this process that was a part of the leadership, something that's going to make a drastic impact on society. So I am looking forward to that day.
Over the years, Winston has been generous to his alma mater in both monetary donations and time.
I think finances is important, but I think time and sweat equity is way more important. So when I have time to come back to my hometown and give back and speak life into the kids, I do that, because them having that 3 hours to 4 hours with me is way more important than the dollar amount that I'm providing for them.
Reporting for Jeff Coed TV, I'm Emma Owen.
You just can't beat that Winston smile, can you? By the way, while he was here at Hueytown as a junior, he led the Golden Gophers to the state baseball championship. Just an unbelievable athlete. You're looking at the crowd as they're filing into the stadium here at Hueytown, and they're waiting in line because we had to wait until the lightning delay was over because you can't be in the stands. So that is now over, and I really believe we're getting very, very close to kickoff. Now, great players across the way, too, the Cougars of Clay-Chalkville, and one of them is Nico Collins. Nico played at Clay-Chalkville. He's from the Pinson area, but he decided to go to school in Michigan. Footnote on that, his family's from Michigan. His dad worked up there, so that had a lot to do with it. But from Michigan, he went on to be a third-round draft pick for the Houston Texans, and last year he was an all-pro wide receiver. So he's big time, and Maya Johnson has caught up with Nico.
Let's go, y'all. Bring it up. Let's go. Bring it up.
These days, he's an NFL star, playing for the Houston Texans. Just a few years ago, Nico Collins was a rising football star at Clay-Chalkville High School.
I feel like this is where everything started for me.
This summer, memories came running back for this wide receiver.
I caught my first touchdown. He was down there, man.
He hosted a football camp on the same field where it all started.
Cheerleaders right here, student section right here. There's no better feeling, man. Gates filled up, fans, just out here celebrating, having fun.
On a hot summer day, Nico Collins was playing the role of mentor.
Get it, hey, chosen on 3. 1, 2, 3. Chosen!
Showing young players that greatness starts with the basics.
I feel like my mission is to give back to the kids, give back my knowledge, what I gave them, and be great every day.
Collins says that greatness can't just come on the football field.
I feel like school is first, grades is first. I feel like without your schoolwork, make sure your GPA work. Without that, you can't be great in life.
Nico Collins proving that once a Cougar, always a Cougar. For Jefferson County Schools, I'm Maya Johnson.
Nico, 6'5", about 200 pounds. As I said, he was an all-pro in 2024 for the ever-rising Texans of Houston. There's a good look at the Cougars. They're out of the locker room. They're headed to the field as we are again just minutes away from kickoff between the Cougars in white with the blue donning, and then there are the purple-clad Golden Gophers of Hueytown. We're getting ready for football here on Jeff Coed TV right after this commercial break.
Introducing the brand new app for Jefferson County Schools. It's everything Jefferson County Schools in your pocket. This is the home screen. Tap the 3 horizontal lines in the bottom left to see all the menu items. To turn on push notifications, tap Settings, select Notification Preferences, and allow notifications. Tap Subscriptions to subscribe to your school. The Events section shows a list of events throughout the school. You can use this button to add an event to your calendar, or tap here to share the event with friends and family. The feed is where you'll find updates from administration about what's going on throughout the school, whether that's celebrating a student's success or reminding you about an upcoming deadline. Search Jefferson County Schools, Alabama in the App Store or Play Store to explore the app for yourself. It's everything Jefferson County Schools in your pocket.
Another announcement just over the public address system here in Hueytown, as we are very, very hopeful, and I'm quite positive actually The rain is gone. Let me tell you, folks, it poured for quite a while. But as I said earlier in our pregame, field drains great. So Gophers and the Cougars are warming up right now. And Chris Osborne was able to catch up with both the head coaches just a few minutes ago.
Hey, Chris Osborne on the sideline right here with Coach Greg Patterson from Hueytown. Coach, first game of the year, what are you looking forward to?
Hopefully no mistakes, but, that's coach speak. Just got a unbelievable opponent in Clay-Chalkville that we hadn't been fortunate enough to beat, and our kids have worked really hard all summer to prepare for that, and hope we change that tonight.
So you went fairly deep last year in the playoffs. What do you hope for, starting tonight? It's the first game.
Yeah, as much as we do respect Clay-Chalkville, these first games are more about us, finding out who we are. New guys that hadn't been thrown in the fire, you get to see what they have to bring to the table. And then, like I said, trying to lessen mistakes and just get better.
Final question, offense, defense, what are you expecting? What's your powerhouse this year?
Our defense has more returning starters, so that's who we're going to lean on a little more heavily this year. We graduated 4 linemen last year, so we've got some young puppies on that side of the ball that have to grow up quick.
All right, thanks, Coach. Best of luck to you. All right, we're right here with the Clay-Chalkville coach, Coach Floyd. Good to see you again.
It's good to see you.
So, new season, first game of the year. Tell us what to expect from your squad.
Hopefully we're in shape. Weather's good, so we've had a good off season. It's been a good 8-9 months, and just hope we, first game you always have a lot of penalties and mistakes, and hopefully we can play a clean ball game.
Now we know that the game is played on the field, not on paper, but on paper you guys look pretty good.
Yeah, I would say both teams got, players on both sides of the ball on both teams, so it's pretty evenly distributed, I think, as far as talent goes.
What's it going to take to win the first game, you think?
Obviously, you got to tackle really well, and you got to take care of the ball. That's weekly, but I would say those are the the main two goals.
Any chance that this could be a spoiler if the worst happens?
Spoiler for who? For us? No, it's just we know that if we play well, we can beat anybody, and if we don't play well, they can surely beat us.
All right, Coach, I'm gonna let you get back. Thanks so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a note on Coach Floyd. He is a lifer as a Cougar. He played quarterback there, then he coached, then he was the offensive coordinator, and now he's head coach. And during his tenure as a coach, 2 state championships for Clay-Chalkville. While we're talking Cougars, let's meet a few of them.
Aaron Fry, quarterback. Joshua Woods, running back. Corey Barber, wide receiver. Jakari Johnson, receiver.
Kayla Emerson, wide receiver.
Nasir Ray, tight end. Christian Bennett, left tackle. Shamar Smith, left guard. Jaden Jones, center.
James Felder, right guard.
Tavares Powell, offensive line.
Colton McIntyre, D tackle.
EJ Penn, nose guard.
Keith Richmond, defensive end.
Quentin Lowe, inside linebacker.
Isaiah Brown, middle linebacker. Jamar Yadal, outside linebacker. JT Taylor, outside linebacker.
Joshua Ivy, safety.
Xavier Starks, safety.
Braden Butler, cornerback.
Deion Callins, cornerback.
Joseph Del Toro, kicker.
Stuart Floyd, head coach at Clay-Chalkville High School. It's Big Clay.
And there, meet the starting lineups, Clay-Chalkville Cougars. Why don't we go to the home team, Hueytown.
Jaden Powell, quarterback.
AJ Robinson, running back.
Kobe Coleman, wide receiver.
Quantrell Jackson, wide receiver.
Kamar Eman, wide receiver.
Tyler Everhart, fullback.
Lemurio Sanders, center.
Gage Patrick, O-lineman.
Kevin Moore Stewart, offensive lineman.
Roman Barnes, O-line.
Knowledge Hauser, offensive line.
Donovan Moore, defensive tackle.
Jermaine Lewis, defensive line.
Keegan Horn, defensive end.
Taylor Simmons, linebacker.
Traylon Thompson, linebacker.
Markevian Myers, linebacker.
Jeffrey Garrett, defensive back.
Ja'Cory Steele, defensive back.
Kobe Rogers, defensive back. Amari Davis, cornerback.
Teddy King, defensive back.
Greg Patterson, head football coach, Hueytown High School. Go Gophers.
Scott Griffin, Caleb Turrentine here. Of course, we've done this. This is our second year of doing it. We got a great matchup, obviously, tonight, same as last year. Let's start with Clay-Chalkville. That's the favorite team, 9-4 last year. You know, got into the playoffs, obviously. Both these teams did. Aaron Fry back. He's added 20 pounds. He's going to probably run it a little bit more. What do you expect from their side of the ball?
Well, I think a big part of Clay-Chalkville's offense obviously being gone last year. You look at the starting running back being gone and Osley, and the receiving core completely replaced, obviously having a 5-star come in. We'll talk more about Caleb Barber later. But Aaron Fry, I think the fact that he has all these new weapons make him more comfortable. You always like bringing back your starting quarterback.
Sure.
But when you can come back with a whole new set of weapons, it can be tricky. The fact that he has these guys who he's played with, especially having Joshua Woods in the backfield, he actually led them in touchdowns last year. So I expect a lot from this offense to look a lot more like it did, from 2-3 seasons ago than it did last year.
And as you know, as we know, watching them develop, they got better as the year went on last year offensively. Fry really came into his own, and he's obviously a college commit. Corey Barber, I thought he was screaming at him. Corey Barber, of course, is an Ole Miss commit at wide receiver. He comes from Spain Park, where he, as you know, every other year literally was going back and forth. So his senior years with Clay-Chalkville, what do we expect?
Well, I think when you look at what he did at Spain Park, it was something that you don't see very often from a high school wide receiver season. You talk about a guy who finished with 74 catches, 1,429 yards, 18 touchdowns. He's considered the number 14 recruit in the state, and honestly, that kind of feels low when you watch him play. He's impossible to cover one-on-one and man, and when you try to put a safety over the top, he'll run underneath, and that's where I think you're going to see a little bit difference. He's going to be able to stretch defenses, and Aaron Fry to be able to take advantage of that. We saw a lot of short throws last year from Fry. If they give him short throws, he's going to get the ball to Barber short, and he's going to be able to run past everyone. If you try to play underneath, he'll be able to run by you. So it's going to be a very difficult player to guard and make this offense even more difficult to stop.
And he's obviously big, 6'1", 185. He can go up and get it, high point it, and all the things that great receivers want to do. Hueytown, kind of like Clay-Chalkville light, right? I mean, they get to the playoffs every year. Greg Patterson's terrific coach. A couple of years ago made a very deep run. There's Stuart Floyd there, the coach for Clay-Chalkville. But they're going to play fundamental football. You've got to beat them if you're the Cougars. A lot of guys rebuilding on the offensive line, but they got size.
They do. They have a lot of size, and they love playing their interior strength. We saw that in this game last year. It took Clay-Chalkville a little bit to get going in that game. Hueytown slowed them down in the middle, and I expect the same thing again this year, just because Hueytown's defensive line might be the best in the state. They have one of the best defensive lineman recruits maybe the state's ever seen in Donovan Moore. So this is going to be a lot of fun. And don't forget Keegan Horn, who actually scored Hueytown's offensive touchdown last year in this game. So they have a lot of talent, a lot of it on the defensive side of the ball. I'm excited to see those two sides of the ball match up against each other.
Yeah, and the weather, it's obviously artificial turf. It's going to drain pretty well. It's cooler, so I don't think heat's going to be a factor. But the ball will be a little wet. I think that'll be probably solved as the game goes on. Is there any thought on that, or they both got to play and it's just one of those media things, right?
We can talk about it all day. A wet ball, more fumbles, but I think you also have to consider this isn't week 10 where there's a wet ball. This is week 0 where there's a wet ball. You probably expect some bad snaps, expect some fumbles anyway, and you heard Coach Stuart Floyd talked about it pregame. That was before we even knew how much it was going to rain. That was like 30 minutes before the sky opened up, and he said, we just want clean game, no penalties. You know, now on top of that, it's also worried about a wet ball, worried about fumbling. Special teams obviously comes into a factor there. Long snaps, holds. You could see a play or two where a wet ball will become a factor.
No doubt about it. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as the game progresses. Obviously, we're a little later than normal, about 40 minutes or so. We probably got another 5, 6, 7 minutes before this game kicks off as both teams are winding up their warm-up. So keep it right here on Jeff Coed TV, and we'll have more pregame talk and, of course, kickoff coming up for Week 0 high school football here in Alabama. Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment.
Introducing the brand new app for Jefferson County Schools. It's everything Jefferson County Schools in your pocket. This is the home screen. Tap the 3 horizontal lines in the bottom left to see all the menu items. To turn on push notifications, tap Settings, select Notification Preferences, and allow notifications. Tap Subscriptions to subscribe to your school. The Events section shows a list of events throughout the school. You can use this button to add an event to your calendar, or tap here to share the event with friends and family. The feed is where you'll find updates from administration about what's going on throughout the school, whether that's celebrating a student's success or reminding you about an upcoming deadline. Search Jefferson County Schools Alabama in the App Store or Play Store to explore the app for yourself. It's everything Jefferson County Schools in your pocket.
Hello, Jeff Coed family. I just wanted to take this time to say thank you to the teachers of Jefferson County Schools. I appreciate everything that you do and how the commitment and dedication that you give every day that you come to service our children and to service our families. Thank you for your compassion. Thank you for your relationships that you have formed with our children. And thank you for ensuring that our children are achieving and learning. You are our boots on the ground, and without you, we would not be as successful as we are. And just know that you're loved and you're appreciated by not only your students, your coworkers, the families you serve, but by me. Thank you for everything that you do.
Welcome back here to Hueytown. Scott Griffith, Caleb Turrentine, of course, our roaming reporters on the sideline. Chris Osborne, Matt Coulter. You just heard Matt on the pregame and Chris's interviews with the head coaches as well. We got a big crew. Rocket and Mr. Huddleston just added about 100 bodies here, so we hopefully have a lot of cameras, a lot of angles, a lot of different things for you coming up. A great halftime show, all kind of stuff. So stay with us here on Jeff Coed TV all year long for some of the great games. Next week, I guess we'll talk about next week while we gather here for the teams to run through their respective signs. Center Point and Fultondale is week 2, so that'll be a good game. Center Point with Dramel King, the new coach, and Fultondale's got a new coach as well, the Hoover run game coordinator, so that'll be a battle of some first-year coaches there, and it'll be interesting to see how far along they are with their teams. Excited for high school football. I know you are as well.
I am. This is something you look forward to every year. I started thinking about it earlier this afternoon. This is my 14th year to be covering high school football, which is kind of mind-blowing to think about. But Friday nights have meant nothing else but this in the fall. So
yes,
I'm excited, and now the rain's out of the way. It's kind of perfect weather.
Yeah, we're going to have to figure out, and hopefully the weather stays away, it stays clean for tonight's game. So we got the captains out there for Hueytown. Oh, we're going to have the national anthem, of course. Forgot about that. So we will, of course, pause for our nation's national anthem and the presentation of the colors. Nice job by the Hueytown band. So we've got that to look forward to at the half as well. So we're about ready for kickoff. Again, the captains will be making their way to midfield. The first game of the year, of course. Two teams that have kind of got used to playing each other, Caleb, although they're obviously not in the same region or anything like that. But they kind of like playing each other, and I like when the Jefferson County schools play each other for obvious reasons.
Yeah, it does make it a little bit more fun for us on the broadcast, but this is a series that doesn't have a lot of history, right? I mean, the first time they scheduled each other was actually in 2020, and that game was canceled because of a forfeit during the pandemic. But Clay has been the winner every single time, including that 2021 state title game, the 46-42 thriller. That was a lot of fun to watch between both teams. So Hueytown's still looking for their first win. Coach Patterson alluded to it in that pregame interview, and they want this. It's not a region game. It's just week 0, but they want it.
All right, there's the captains, and we'll get a mic down there and see what's going on with that.
Real simple for you guys. You have a problem, and one of the guys in strike shirt solve it for you, okay? I got a solution. Tuck your knees up, pull the back face up. If not, I'm going to see you out the game 3 times, and we'll be done, okay? I got any questions for us? I got one that you call, okay? That's tail, that is head. What would you like? All right, did you hear him say head? All right, I'm going to flip this. Tail, so you want to tell them what you want to do. Perfect. All right, sit right there for a minute.
The Gophers have won the toss and have deferred to the second half. It's going to be a problem. You need to be on your wrist. Okay? The Cougars will defend the eastern zone first.
Hueytown won the toss and deferred to the second half. They will kick from right to left as you watch, and Clay-Chalkville will obviously receive here. There's a good look at the fans here. I'm a little surprised by the crowd with the torrential rainstorms we had here about an hour and a half ago.
Everyone loves a week 0 matchup, and these are two teams with great fan bases expecting big seasons.
There's the Gophers running out here on their home field. Of course, again, dressed in the purple jerseys, purple pants, white helmets, and the Cougars making their way to the turf here at Hueytown to their side of the stands. They've got a nice refereeing crew here. We're about ready to kick it off for week 0.
Yep, it feels good. A couple of notes on season openers. Clay has not lost a season opener on the field since 2010.
Wow.
They did have to forfeit a win in 2011, so still 14 years. That's a pretty good stretch under three different coaches. And they just like winning games. And meanwhile, Hueytown hasn't won a season opener since 2021 because they keep scheduling top 3 ranked teams for season openers. And I know we've talked Coach Patterson in the past about that. He loves scheduling tough non-region. That's why they have 3-4 losses every year, but it's why they also make deep runs in the playoffs.
And he's secure in his job. He's able to do that to your knowledge. And, you know, when you can do that, it really helps your team obviously get better and develop. Thompson does that with Mark Freeman and others. We're ready to kick it off. Hueytown will do the honors. That is Jesus Sosa with a kick. And the return, a great return, out to the 41-yard line. And that is Xavier Starks, the fine, strong safety who can really do some damage with his legs.
Yes, he's going to be everywhere. I expect, maybe not tonight, but he's going to be a guy they want to get the ball as often as possible. You're going to see him in special teams. You might see him on offense every now and again, but you're definitely going to see him in that secondary. He's going to be ready to make some plays with and without the ball.
So here come the Cougars, and like most teams, they'll do the 3 wide receiver set, have a little H-back, if you will, off the line, and 1 back straddling and right there by the quarterback. A little misdirection there as Fry rolled right, handed it to the left, and it looked like that was Ja'Cory Johnson, I believe, with that carry. No, that was Joshua Woods. No, Corey Barber, excuse me, with that. A lot of single digits for Clay-Chalkville. So Barber the Ole Miss commit with the first carry of the game, goes for 7.
Yeah, they're going to get him involved any way possible.
And boy, great vision there by Woods, but he is wrapped up in the back. There is a flag down, and it's in the back, and we'll see what that's all about. But he lost about 6 or 7, so they might decline that. We'll see.
Yeah, you'll never guess who was the first one in the backfield. That was Keegan Horn.
Yep. Horn, the senior. He's very active, not only on the line, but in the backfield, rushing the quarterback. He's all over the field. Number 11 for the Golden Gophers. Let's see what we got. Oh, it's going against Hueytown. Face mask call on Woods. So difficult there. One of those early season penalties. And there you see on our graphics the face mask. You get a guy that's elusive and your arms start flailing, and they grabbed a piece of the face mask there. So 1st and 10, big penalty. Obviously, what, about 20 yards or so there, Caleb, to put him inside the 40 at the 38-yard line. Woods has it left side. He'll try to rumble over there. He'll only get 2. Running behind Christian Bennett, Shamar Smith. About 240 plus over there with both of those gentlemen. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Hueytown's strength is going to be their front 4, but their front 7 as well. Clay-Chalkville is really going to need to get on the outside to get their run game going.
Aaron Fry drops back. He's going to run it now, and he could do that more so this year. Look at him break tackles, Caleb, get across the line of scrimmage. He's very close to a first down, maybe a foot shy. That's that extra 20 pounds. He's not going to hesitate now to put the ball down.
And it wasn't just that. He was ready for contact, too. He lowered his shoulder. He fell forward another extra couple yards. Much more, manageable anyway, but a much easier 3rd and 1 now instead of a 3rd and 4.
Football at the 29-yard line. Woods, the big back inside, breaks through the initial contact before he is knocked down by the secondary. But he'll get about 6 or 7 on that bonus run for the first down. There's a good look at Greg Patterson.
Another time that Woods showed some vision back there. He was ready to take the hit. That time he was able to bounce off of it, fly forward for a few more yards.
Jacoby Rogers came up on that tackle. Fry outside. There's your man Horn, but he slips out of his hands, does Fry. He's around the left sideline, toes it all the way down. They'll mark him out at the 14-yard line. Slippery, if you will, for Aaron Fry.
Yeah, you saw Keegan Horton come up from that, look to his sideline, say he just slipped out his fingers. We can talk about a slippery ball, but these jerseys, everything's going to be a little wet out there, a little bit harder to grab. Went from a loss of 5 to a gain of 9.
Maybe some high tackling going on. There was almost a face mask on that one, so got to get your arms down and get those legs. 2nd down and 1. Woods will go try the right side. He's got the first down and more. Again, as he's inside the 5 to the 4, that's 200 plus pounds packed on 5'10", so he's got the rear-ended legs to do that. They'll go quickly. Woods again, same play. And now, I should say he was inside the 10 on that last run. Now he's inside the 5 and within a couple of yards of pay dirt.
Yeah, after that first run where there was a face mask called, Clay-Chalkville has kind of had their way at the interior, which is a little surprising. Not to say that Clay-Chalkville doesn't have a good offensive line or enough size to do it, but Hueytown's defensive line is really, really good, and this is not a surprising timeout from Hueytown as Clay-Chalkville was going quickly, and Hueytown's defense was looking gassed.
Jamaris Cooks checking in for Hueytown to give some more size in there as well, an inside linebacker. And we do have timeout on the field. And the ball is at the 4. They ruled his knee down well before he got nearer the end zone than it was seen there. So a nice drive by Clay-Chalkville, again, impacted by that face mask where they had Woods trapped for a loss, but ended up being about a 20, 25-yard difference there.
Yeah, you were looking at 3rd and 10 back on their own side of the field before that face mask was called. The flag came out quick, and I don't even think it was on the ball carrier early on. It was something that happened at the line of scrimmage. But still, those are the penalties both coaches talked about. got to have a clean game, and early on it's making an impact.
Nazir Ray is 205. He'll be that slot, the junior, 6'1". He's usually a lead blocker for Woods. So again, both of them 200 pounds, ready to do damage between the tackles. Fry hands it, Woods straight up the middle. They are announcing that they're running up the middle, and he gets knocked down at the 2-yard line.
It's already 6 carries for Woods in the first 4 minutes of the game.
And obviously the rain has stopped. Football's wet, the field's obviously damp, but they're going with that philosophy, right? Handing it to Woods.
They do still have Corey Barber over there. They gave it to him once.
Yep.
Made a point that, hey, he's here, and then they haven't turned it to the passing game since.
Barber splits wide right, the lone wide receiver. They stay power, but knifing through for Hueytown was Treeland Thompson, the senior. And Woods ends up getting away from him and staying alive.
Yeah, I will say, I think that was a quick whistle over there.
Yeah, because they're going to mark him
down. He
down.
fell forward. He was in the end zone, and
Wow.
they already whistled forward progress. The running back's knee did not touch the ground, if you heard that from PA and you saw it on the replay. But there was forward progress. You never know if they stop playing because of a whistle, but that was quick. That was a quick whistle.
Stuart Floyd doesn't like it for sure as he's questioning that. He can't even get the official's attention, finally does. Wanting an explanation for that. Good pickup by you, Caleb. So it's now 4th down at the 4.
Yeah, this will be the 11th play of the drive.
Matt Coulter has more on what he saw down there closer to that situation. Matty.
It's strictly a decision called by the officials. 6 had 6, but then 6, that's Joshua Woods, big inside running back for the Cougars. He broke away, scored a touchdown. That's the way the Cougars see it. Hueytown sees it very differently. And why I've got your attention, 6 inside, Woods for the Cougars. He's bullish. Meanwhile, on the outside, you got Aaron Fry. That's tough news for you. You got Mr. Inside and Mr. Outside. Hueytown's defense.
All right, so thank you, Matty. That's 4th down and 4 call. Probably a little extensive for Woods to go up the middle, but they have run between the tackles pretty much exclusively, except for that Barber end around.
Yeah, and this is an intriguing play call. It's one of those where it's a little too far away to maybe go strictly power.
Right.
But you're probably not just looking to throw a fade. Maybe you're saying, hey, let's see what Corey Barber can do this early in the season. First drive of the game. Coach Patterson's getting an explanation right now.
But they have Jeffrey Garrett on Corey Barber, and he is by himself on that right side, so keep an eye on that to Caleb's point. But Garrett, pretty tall himself and some long arms over there. So the size disadvantage is not prevalent, right?
As a football fan right now, I'm standing up here like, yeah, let's throw a fade. I love seeing a one-on-one fade into the corner.
But they look similar,
a battle.
right?
They do. The size is there. That would be an intriguing battle. They're calling, so we're back to 3rd down from the previous spot. I think they're going to call inadvertent whistle.
All right, so 3rd down at the 5. They backed it up a yard, added a down. So that opens up the playbook. They were going fade. They do go fade, and it's over the head of Barber. So Garrett there played him tough on that one-on-one coverage. Barber wanting a holding call, but not going to get it.
I think he might have gotten away with a little bit of hold, but again, when you're running a fade that close to the goal line, there's going to be some hand fighting. There's going to be some tugging. He got free. If the throw had waited maybe half a second, he would have seen how open he was.
So Del Toro will come on for the extra point. An honorable mention All-Stater, and All-Stater by some people's mind, Joseph Del Toro. And we had a fake, and that's it. Fry was the holder, so he bobbled the snap. All right. I was in between posts here and didn't see it. Fry bobbles a snap on the wet ball, and right there, we talked about in the pregame, there's your factor.
Yeah, that is a huge stand from Hueytown's defense. You talked about Joshua Woods looking like they could just go through the defense with ease, made it inside the 2-yard line. Whatever play happened down at the goal line, inadvertent whistle, whatever it was, ends up going Hueytown's way. They stand up, no points on the board after a 12-play Clay-Chalkville drive.
So here come the Hueytown Golden Gophers. Jaden Powell, the senior quarterback. He'll get it, roll, move the pocket, not even close to his intended target, to Colby Coleman, another senior. Very awry and a typical first play. Second down and 10 for the Golden Gophers.
An offense that's going to look a little different from the one we saw last year. Coach Patterson said they have a lot of young guys. They even have a freshman starting on the offensive line that we'll get to a little later.
He's big, though, I'll tell you that. They hand it off, and Clay-Chalkville just gobbles that up. Anthony Robinson, I think, is the ball carrier on that, and what a charge by Clay-Chalkville as they just started. E.J. Penn was in there at 266. McIntyre, that front four, very active.
You can look at McIntyre right there on the screen, number 5. He was an all-state second team last year as a sophomore.
Yeah.
He's a tough nose tackle to defend.
They've got some tackles that can move, and they're big. So third down and 12, they'll move the pocket again. A little safe action out in the flat. They do find their man, but it's going to be short of the first down.
That's the play you were looking for on first down. I mean, that's a 11-yard gain. That just isn't enough. You throw it short of the sticks, that's a risk you take. But again, I think if you're Hueytown, you're like, hey, we had a successful play. You're still hoping to thrive off that defensive stop. But you can't keep sitting at your defense this quickly. They're going to get tired against a fast working offense. Now we have a flag.
So Ray had that catch. So penalty on the Gophers is they're penalized 5 yards to go back. Now fourth down and 7. Not that they were going to go for it anyway.
Looked like the center picked up the ball and then put it back down before his team was set.
There's the kick. Fair catch. This is where you got to be wary as well. So Sosa with the kick and a fair catch, but Clay-Chalkville will have it on their side of the football. We'll take a quick break, come back with more. You're watching Jeff Co-Ed TV.
Welcome to Clay-Chalkville High School. We are Big Clay. We are Jeff Co-Ed Strong.
Welcome back to Hueytown. Scott Griffin, Caleb Turrentine here. Chris Osborne and Matt Coulter roaming the sidelines. We are scoreless now. Both teams have had possessions, and we find ourselves with the Cougars of Clay-Chalkville on the 47-yard line, ready to attack the Golden Gophers here on this wet week 0 of high school football. And Antonio Porter caught that last pass for Hueytown, not Ray. Ray, of course, is number 17, his counterpart on the Cougars. So Porter with that catch, but not enough for the first. First and 10 for the Cougars. Again, they've got size too. I mean, you look at Tavares Powell, the right tackle, 6'5", 287 junior getting looks from everywhere. There's Woods on the left side. Good initial pursuit. Telly Simmons, the junior linebacker, Caleb, came up hard and dropped him in his tracks.
Now, once this Hueytown front four gets settled in, that play recognition, when they recognize the play is there, they're going to be there. They're quick, they are big, they're hard to run through. I think some of these read options, some of these handoffs, if Clay-Chalkville's setting up play action or something, it might end up working, but they've got to do something different than just turning and handing the ball to Woods every play.
Ja'Cory Johnson slotted inside Barber. Look at Barber's way. Fry was going to run, and he ran right into the big old bear hug of number 56 for Hueytown. And that is Dylan Moore, the backup junior. Good play by Moore.
We're talking about Hueytown's front four, defensive line, the weapons they have, and a guy that isn't even listed on our starting lineup just makes a massive sack look so easy. That's how talented and how deep this front four and front seven is, and making a great offense look mediocre so far.
So they lost about 10. Fry's got to go to the air, looking, escaping left, does have room. Boy, he's got the first down. Very late over there was Treland Thompson, who lost containment on that far end.
Yes, he did. And you saw as soon as he stepped back thinking that there was a deep pass, too much man coverage was happening. You had a linebacker in the middle, but he was too far away from the play. That was an easy 3rd and 18 pickup. It should not be that easy when you have a running quarterback. You have to be able to contain that.
Donovan Moore also late over there. Woods inside, bursts in the secondary. He's knocked down. Amari Davis and Markavian Myers hitting him, but he's very close to a first down again. About a yard shy. Football at the 23. Fry, great ball fake, keeps it, got the first down. Elusive, got bent over backwards and hit hard. And a flag comes late, but Amari Davis really tattooed Aaron Fry on that run.
It's funny, we saw a helmet get ripped off in the backfield without a flag. And that was something, I'd like to see a replay on that a little bit. But it was a high hit, and he was already wrapped up low. I don't know if the argument is defenseless, but that flag came from about 20 yards away.
There's the replay with Fry. You'll see Davis come up and tattoo him right there. Is that targeting? I mean,
they're having a discussion about this. I think it warrants a discussion. I can understand why the flag was thrown.
Let's look at it again, if you don't mind, Rocket, and slow it down. It's the crown of the helmet, obviously. And it kind of right there. Yeah,
definitely.
That's targeting. I think you'll see him probably ejected in the game, right? We'll see what they come up with. Now, they don't have the
They're
replay
waving
at
it
their oh, wow, waving it off. He definitely got him with the top of the helmet. And it looked bad. You know how that is. So referees react. And I guess they should for the safety of players.
And again, these are high school kids. That looks probably 10 times harder and faster if that hit happens at the college level.
Oh, no
I
doubt.
mean,
No doubt.
Not to say that didn't hurt and that didn't feel good, but that's maybe not necessarily as dangerous of a tackle at this level. Still, I'm a little surprised they waved it off after the discussion.
Yeah, I am too. That was definitely crown of the helmet. Ball fake to Woods, who had to pick up the blitz. Fry's still running and throws it out of bounds, and that did not get to the line of scrimmage. Does it have to in high school? You know the rules.
Yeah, he was out of the pocket, so I think he's clean there. But I got to say, smart play, I would do the same. There's a flag down. I think I'd do the same thing if Donovan Moore was running into me that quickly. I think I'd throw the ball anywhere. I don't even know if it would go forward. So that's a scary sight.
Stuart Floyd wondering what's going on. We'll see what the flag is about. He just he didn't throw it 2 or 3 yards in front of him. We'll see.
Yes.
It is. So he was 7-8 yards from the line of scrimmage on the throw. So pretty easy call for the official.
And that will go down as a sack for Donovan Moore, even though it was intentional grounding. His first of what I expect to be many this year and next year. That's a 5-star defensive lineman recruit. who already has offers from Alabama and Auburn.
Second down, and we'll call it a long 5. They'll throw out the screen to Corey Barber, and he's tackled immediately. And that's your man Garrett over there, who's been on him a ton as Barber is lined up on the right side, and Garrett with a nice individual tackle.
Yeah, they've only been able to complete 2 passes. One was a shovel pass, and the other was a little swing pass. They're staying locked in on him, and that's why Clay-Chalkville is trying to go to the run game so much, I expect, is because they're trying to open up the pass game a little bit more for Fry, get him comfortable in the backfield.
Third down, about 4. They'll give a yard gain to Barber. Fry rolling, looking, buying time.
Wow.
Wide open for the touchdown. His patience paid off as he finds Ja'Cory Johnson cutting across the end zone in the back there, Caleb. Great pressure, great defense, but you got to play it the whole play.
You have to play it the whole play. And the secondary, I got to say, that's on the secondary. You could see them sinking in just a little bit. And this, watching Aaron Fry make the show, he kind of makes the motion like he's throwing it away.
Yeah, he does.
But it's a perfect throw.
And he looked
it's
left,
so casual,
right?
And that is a perfect throw.
He looked left
floating
the
it
whole
to
time.
him.
Yeah, he kind of knew he was there, so a very senior-like play for Fry. And we've got the 2-point conversion, but there's a flag down. Wait and see. Clay-Chalkville has been working on that play. They were working on it when I was at practice. They're going to line up with a kicker and a snapper and and linemen everywhere else. Let's see what they come up with here.
Often the teams that do that will use it as a 2-point conversion the very first time and then kick extra points the rest of the way.
Just so it's in their mind, right?
And I know Coach Floyd is over there saying, we had it worked, but we got the formation wrong.
Del Toro is on for the kick. Fry will hold it. They'll just get in that conventional deal and kick it up and good. 7-0 Clay-Chalkville with about a 47-yard drive. We'll take a break, come back with more. You're watching Jeff Coed TV.
Welcome, we are Hueytown High. Every day is a great day to be a Golden Gopher. We are Jeff Coed Strong.
Welcome back to Hueytown here. We're trying to confirm if that was Ja'Cory Johnson or Caleb Amerson, the sophomore, 18 or 8. I saw 8. You saw 8. Well, we're going with that now until we get corrected. There's the kick by Del Toro. Angled kick to the 10. Here come the Gophers out across the 25, and pretty good return there to the 26-yard line. And that's where Hueytown will take over. Quintrell Jackson, the wide receiver, on the return.
As much credit as we gave Hueytown's defense on that first drive for standing strong at the goal line, on the last drive they gave up a 3rd and 18 conversion and then a 3rd and 14 conversion for the touchdown. Those are 2 plays they would love to have back, and those make a difference. You have to be able to get off the field. And again, that 3 and out, I'm sure they were tired by the time those long plays came about.
Yeah, you can't worry about that. There's a handoff inside, trying to get outside, but a great play there on that run. Coming up hard, Braden Butler. Small guy, 5'7", 143 with a tackle.
That's a great open field tackle. A little bit of a celebration, too.
Yes, playing guitar a little bit. So, second down, big loss, actually. Probably about 8 yards. So 2nd and 18 puts Hueytown in a pickle here a little bit. It looked like there was some blitz action possibly coming from Jamario Yeddow from this right side, but he backs out now. Looks like 3-4-4 for Clay-Chalkville. They do come with a blitz on the left side. Play was set up, Caleb, as you saw, because they threw hot where the blitzer came from, but just couldn't connect.
I think most high school coaches, especially the receiver coaches, are going to say that one goes down as a drop. I know it was a hot pass, and there were two guys on him, but I think that hit him in both hands. Something you need to have on 2nd and long, because now you're in another 3rd and long. Double sticks here. That's the second straight drive that's happened for Hueytown.
That would not have gotten the first down, but it definitely would have cut it in half at minimum. Colby Coleman with the drop. 3rd down, 18. Rolling right, throwing left, and that's just a throwaway because he was guarded. There was Quintrell Jackson. We do have a penalty flag in the back. I didn't see the action with the quarterback. You got a personal foul?
I think it's going to be roughing the passer. He got hit a little high. I don't know how late it was. But I'm not surprised that they called it.
It's a bad penalty.
It is. I mean, a hit that wasn't needed. 3rd and long is high.
It's a high. Isaiah Brown coming up, the junior linebacker.
He doesn't wrap him up. I mean, I could see it from both sides. It's unnecessary for sure, and I think that's what makes it an easy call.
Well, and if he doesn't hit him high, they may not throw that.
Yeah.
Right?
Or even extend your arms. It was the shoulder, getting him up high, close to the head, neck area.
So the Golden Gophers get bailed out on that one. Now they're going to replay 3rd down. I didn't see
what they said offsetting. I did not see one on Hueytown.
Okay. So offsetting penalties. So it'll remain 3rd down and probably about 17. They've got to get just past the 35. And they're on the 19 as they regroup.
I think Coach Patterson also missed the flag on his team. He's asking why there was offsetting penalties.
So Coach Patterson talking to the officials and gets an explanation a little bit. Not sure it was to his satisfaction, but he got one nonetheless. So trips to the left, 5 wide receiver set. Snap goes awry, goes past Powell in the end zone. We'll see who falls on it. I think Hueytown fell on it, but that'll be a safety. As Powell, I don't think it was a bad snap. I don't think he was expecting it.
I don't know if he was ready. The ball was by him before he even reached for it. Hueytown.
Boy, almost 6 there, right?
Fortunate to fall on that ball. Good hustle to get back and get on that ball because could have been an easy 6 points for Clay-Chalkville. But still, that's a loss of 19 yards and a safety, and now it's a 2-possession game.
So that makes it 9-0. Clay-Chalkville. 2 points plus the touchdown and the extra point. So we'll keep it here. Minute 47 to go before we're in the break. We're glad you're watching Jeffco Ed TV. Don't forget next week, Center Point and Fultondale is the game. The week after that, we got Winona Corner as our first 4 have been announced as well. Let's go down to Matt Coulter real quickly. Matt, what do you got?
You know, Cougars are fast. They're really fast. They've been fast on the field, particularly with Aaron Fry. But they drive pretty well, too. Look at the crowd. I can't find a seat up there in Cougar Land.
All right, Matty. And kicking it off will be Jesus Sosa. Sosa will kick it away from the 20. So not only the 2 points, Caleb, as you know, you backed up. They're catching it on the 32. That starts. He's to the 47. So, again, they'll be starting their second straight possession right near the 50-yard line.
This is when you get to the point where that defense is going to be worn down. I don't care how good of a defense you have, especially when it's your defensive line that's your strength. They're going to get tired.
Yeah.
And they're going to get worn down, and things might come a little too easy to Clay-Chalkville now. Hueytown needs to find an answer, needs to keep the ball, frankly. But you got to get the ball to keep the ball.
Yeah, and they've got backups in, to your point, right now, and that's a dangerous thing, down 9-0. And the opposing team has the ball on the 47-yard line. In motion was Amerson. They hand to Woods, and crashing down is your man, Keegan Hard, the senior from that left end position.
The way these, I don't know if these are true RPOs or not, but Corey Barber is looking back for that ball every time they run that handoff. He's looking if it's a swing pass or not. I don't know if they're allowing Aaron Fry to make these reads, especially this early on in the season, if they tell him what read to run. But that is a play that you're going to see a lot from Clay-Chalkville this year.
Aaron Fry over the middle. There's Barber going straight up the seam like a rocket, and he's got the first down for sure as he gets about 16 yards on that quick toss.
He is so quick. He was lined up on the outside, and that was a quick pass, and he was in the middle of the field already. He is a weapon. For
Woods breaks free. Left side in the secondary. He will score. Woods danced, darted, found the hole, and then found pay dirt for the 36-yard run.
And that was another one of those quick snaps. That was after a 20-yard gain. They got to the line and just made it look easy. Barely got touched right there. Great hole to run through. And we can talk about him being a bulldozer, but sometimes when he needs the speed, he showed it off there. That's a complete running back for Clay-Chalkville.
Woods already with what? That's probably 13, 14 carries right now you got over there, unofficially. There's the conversion. Is no good. So they'll stay at 15 nothing Clay-Chalkville. We'll take a break, come back with more. You're watching Jeffco Ed TV.
Hi, I'm Coach Northcutt. I'm a Hueytown graduate of 1994.
I'm Keontae Mitchell. I'm currently a history teacher here at Hueytown High School. I am a recent graduate of the Golden Gophers.
I'm the athletic director and math teacher here at Hueytown High School.
Right now I'm coaching football as well, DBs coach, and I'm also the head golf coach here.
I love Hueytown. It's always been my passion. I love Hueytown athletics.
Hueytown High School is home. Hueytown itself is home. I played football here. I have a lot of great memories of pushing myself both physically and mentally.
It's not just success in sports that we push here. We want these kids to be successful in life.
We focus on perfection. Nobody's just born perfect.
Welcome back to Jeffco Ed TV. Flag down as that one sails out of bounds. So Hueytown will catch a little break and have that move up the field here with 49 seconds to go in the first quarter. Of course, a late start if you're late joining us. It's 8:25 local time, which means we should be well into the third quarter, but we're not even to the end of the first quarter because of rain delay, lightning delay, and such. Right now, though, it's cooled off. We're thankful, we're grateful, we've got football. Hueytown trails it 15-0. Scott Griffin here, Caleb Turrentine, Chris Osborne, and Matt Coulter, your announcing crew for this one.
Best starting field position of the night for Hueytown, and that's saying something.
Yeah, by far, and it had to take a penalty on the 35-yard line. Powell gets it out in the flat and finds his man, and that.
Powell's pass was complete to number 27.
We don't have a too deep, so I apologize if it's Carter Pritchett, the senior wide receiver, as they're already going too deep on their receiving core. Second down and along 7.
First positive first down play as well for Hueytown here. They don't need to worry about the scoreboard. There's so much football to play here. They need to keep the ball, get their defense a chance.
Pritchett from the running back position. Boy, made a great cut, slipped off, but he got knocked down there. Javian Taylor, the senior. He's got to go off the field with his helmet. Fell off. There's a good look at Greg Patterson. And we're at the end of the first quarter. So we'll take a break, come back. Clay-Chalkville in control, 15-0 over Hueytown. You're watching Jeffco Ed TV.
Hello, Jeffco Ed family. I'm Dr. Beth Miller.
Director of Child Nutrition. This school year, we are thrilled to offer free breakfast and lunch at no cost to all students enrolled in in-person learning. As a community eligibility provision district, we encourage all families to take advantage of this opportunity. Our child nutrition program is devoted to providing healthy and nutritious meals to help fuel our students for a day of learning and growth. From crispy Crispitos to fruits and vegetables, it will all be available for free. If a student would like an extra item, those may be purchased. Again, we encourage you to take advantage of this opportunity so we can continue to provide in future years.
Welcome back to Jeff Co-Ed TV. A check being presented right now on the field for $10,000 to the Hueytown Golden Gophers. So it comes in handy. Joining us now, I didn't realize this till the last couple of weeks, and this is amazing, the only superintendent in the history of the state of Alabama to be named the National Superintendent of the Year. Dr. Walter Godson, good to see you.
Good to see you as
How
well,
are you?
man. I'm great.
I mean, congratulations on that. I mean, it's been a while,
Yes.
right? We talked about it last year, but it made it more amazing to me that obviously that's a lot of superintendents over a lot of years.
Yeah, 37 years, man.
What an honor.
Yeah, well, I have a great team that I work with.
Yeah.
The 4,500 people that I work with every day, they made that happen. We
Yeah.
all made it happen as a
Yeah.
team, man. So, real excited about it. Excited about the first game on Friday night as well, man.
That's right.
I love the energy in the air.
Yeah, we had to withstand some rain here.
Yes.
But we got it in nonetheless. Do you try to go out to a football game every Friday, or
Every
not to put you on the spot?
Every
You do?
Friday, yes.
Okay, so you're a fan too.
Yes, I am a fan of Jeff Co-Ed. You know, we have 13 teams, so
Yeah.
I usually do first half at one game and second half at another game.
Wow. So you're kind of like Sankey with the SEC office, like during bowl season or whatever. You got to bounce around a little bit. Put some miles on the car. Hopefully you're strategic in how you.
That's right. I'll leave you here and go to McAdory's, right? It's right.
Yeah, it's close. That's right. So you'll go see Arvia Holmes and those guys over there. Now, you've had some changes this year. George Bates, who's outstanding, switches from Center Point to Shades Valley. You hired Jermel King. So we've had a few changes. Tell me what you look for when you're hiring a football coach from a superintendent standpoint.
Well, we're looking for a high-quality professional. You know, someone who's professional on the field and off the field. And some of those guys you just mentioned, like George Bates.
Yeah.
You can't get any better. And
no, he's outstanding.
And for someone who can relate to the young men. You know, who could be a role model for them and to motivate and encourage them on the field and off the field. So it's a whole package.
Yeah, and George, as you know, is a guy that was good in high school, played college football, had success, been to the playoffs 11 out of 13 years, having success in his career. So there's a nice model there, to your point, for players to emulate.
That's correct. That's correct. Putting the work in and being an expert.
That's exactly right. So 2nd down and 10, and we don't want to lose focus of the game. Aaron Fry handled in. Now, most of the schools have incredible stadiums that the county has helped build, and the facilities are just phenomenal, like this one here, as you see Hueytown's field. But I don't know off the top of my head how far we are on that project.
Well, we have 13 fields, and all 13 of them are on the same turf, the same quality.
So that's done. So what's next on the agenda? Because as I told you a couple of weeks ago, you've got the vision, and you got to keep up and do different things. So what's next?
So we have different areas in terms of facilities and operation.
Oh, wow. Aaron Fry goes deep, and that's a touchdown. And I think that's Corey Barber for the touchdown. And that goes, 64 yards. Fry, he's added 20 pounds. And he's obviously a college prospect, and he's probably going to be better than people think he is.
He's been working, man.
Yeah,
You can tell in the offseason he's been working and it's paying off.
Doesn't hurt to have a 5-star receiver.
No, that helps. But that ball was right there. But he was behind the secondary. But we didn't mean to interrupt you, so go ahead. So what do you look for again?
Well, what's next in terms of facilities?
Oh, facilities, yes.
We are gearing up to do a high school, build a high school at Clay-Chalkville High.
That's right.
And we are just finishing up, or we'll be ready to start students at the JCIB, International Baccalaureate School, in January. And we're just going to we have a facilities plan where we're going to keep on having those projects come in. In our academics and programmatic, we are starting our magnet schools at elementary, and then we're going to do middle school after that, and then high schools after that. So continuously trying to plan and prepare.
And we probably don't give the proper love to the middle schools, elementary, because we're involved with all this other action on the sports. So, but if the high schools are doing well, that's obviously a product of the feeder schools coming in. And I'm talking about academically, obviously.
Yes, academically and athletically.
Yeah.
All of it feeds us, and that's our goal, to ensure that our children they're set up to succeed.
The number was kind of crazy for millions of scholarships last year. What do you have an update in your head?
So we have this past year $99 million, right shy of
unbelievable.
And we started this campaign of each cohort trying to outperform the cohort before them. And 4 years ago, we had done 71 million. And we have, for 3 years, the following 3 cohorts were over 100 million.
Wow.
And this past cohort just missed about a little bit. But again, always striving to put them up to succeed.
Right, and that's not athletic. That's all-encompassing, academic, athletic, everything, which is just unbelievably, unbelievably impressive. Is there, and of course, Clay-Chalkville about to kick off, by the way. It is 21-0 right now, 10:37 to go as Del Toro kicks a little sky tickler there that'll be fielded at the 25. Is there any particular thing, not to put you on the spot, that you have on your planner or in your mind that, all right, I need to tackle that. I need to tweak that particular facet of the system?
Well, every 5 years we do a strategic plan. And we have different sectors that we work on: leadership, facilities, academics. And so this is our last year of our 5-year plan. So we're going to use this year to plan, and so that's going to tell us and drive everything that we need to work on, right? And how we get better. But I'm going to need the help of everybody: the community, the parents, the students, and the faculty and staff.
Yeah, because you're listening to input and such as well, besides reading the data that you have and all those kind of things. So as you look back, with a year left, are you pleased with what you saw in your visionary head 4 years ago?
I am.
That's great.
I am.
I mean, that's really good.
The education opportunities that we wanted to provide, it has materialized. Our children have magnet schools, signature academies. Just the different options for them. And that's what we were striving for, man. And we continue to increase on our report card grade.
Yeah.
When I first came in 6 years ago, we had a C, and now we're a B.
Wow, that's fantastic. Because it's hard to bring that many up. There's so many you're considering.
That's right.
That doesn't take a massive jump, right?
No.
That's got to be steady growth.
Steady growth, my friend.
That's fantastic. So we got new schools, we got Clay-Chalkville coming up and different things. And let's take a break for talking to Dr. Gonsolin. We got Chris Osborne down there somewhere roaming around. Chris, what you got, my man?
Hey guys, we're on the sideline with Representatives Patrick Sellers, and everybody likes to see somebody coming with a big check. So, Representative, thank you so much for joining us. Tell us about your donation.
We're always giving to all of our schools, but specifically Hueytown High School and Hueytown schools. I'm a product of Hueytown, and so it's a joy to always give back to Hueytown to make sure that they continue to do the good work that they've been doing.
So what are some of the things that you hope will come from this? Obviously, you know, you're supporting not only the children, but the community.
Well, it's continuous. It's not just one time. It's every year, all year. Continue to support every aspect of the school as much as we possibly can. And so stay on the horizon. There's some great things that are coming.
All right, absolutely. Thank you so much for checking in with Jeff Coed. That is State Representative Patrick Sellers. Back to you guys.
6:54 and counting in this second quarter. Second down, still a long way to go. Fry dances between the rush, has a man open as Barber. He is gone. Barber to the house. See ya. 80-plus yards. Fry to Barber for the second long touchdown.
I got to say, I think most games Clay-Chalkville plays this year, Corey Barber is going to be the best player on the field, and they're making it clear tonight. And Aaron Fry getting a little bit more time than maybe he expected to get tonight, but again, a worn-down defensive line. Corey Barber is just flying by the secondary, easy open. I think he was even in double coverage, but had them both beat to the inside. Great pick out by Fry, and that by the time that ball was in the air, that play was over.
All right, so Fry to Barber for the second straight time, right? So good pass there, 27-0. Cougars on top. They'll kick the conventional extra point here with Del Toro. 27-0. They'll try to make it 28, and it is up and good. 28-0. Clay-Chalkville in control over Hueytown. We'll take a break, come back with more. You're watching Jeff Coed TV.
Certainly we need more drivers, but we need folks more than that who want to make a difference.
It's the best job in the world. Bus drivers are doing a tremendous job in receiving kids each day with a smile, sending them home each day with a smile, making a difference in their lives.
Most bus drivers are there to invest in the children as well as to gain an investment for themselves. We're excited that you're interested in being a bus driver trainer. The potential is great about changing lives.
It's been all Cougars tonight, and really it has been all Corey Barber. A little bit of Aaron Fry. He got to make the passes, but man, Corey Barber's debut for Clay-Chalkville has been better than advertised coming over from Spain Park. I believe he's a 4-star, 5-star, depends on which recruiting board you look at, but he will be playing in the SEC.
Yes.
And so far he's looking like he'll fit right in a Lane Kiffin offense.
He hasn't had to strain much, however. Fry's been on target.
He has. There hasn't been
but
any
he is getting open.
exceptional catches because he hasn't needs to be. Those two look like they have put in the work in the offseason. I mean, this is their first actual gameplay together, and they needed one quarter to get it together, and then two passes for 150 yards.
We
and
got
two
an
touchdowns.
offsides, it looks like, on Clay-Chalkville on that one. Yeah, they are sparkling right now in midseason form. Barber, I don't know how many catches he has, but he's got to have over 170, 80 yards, right? Probably a guess. We'll figure it up at the half, I'm sure. But
his first two catches were behind the line of scrimmage, right? And then they said, all right,
that's
now
true.
we'll stretch the field here, and they certainly have. And both, that one was a second and long situation, but the first one was a third and long situation. So that's what's going to make this Clay-Chalkville offense so good. Ability to, when they need to, stretch the field while still having a go-to running back who can carry the ball 25, 30 times a game like Josh Woods can.
Hueytown, they just need some positive, like we said. I mean, they would love to score here before the half, but they just need some first downs and some momentum so they've got a little feel-good about themselves going into the second half. And there's a short kick and a return out to the 31-yard line before the tackle was made over there by Isaiah Brown, inside linebacker. for Clay-Chalkville.
The last drive for Hueytown, they finally showed a little bit of life, a couple of first downs. Again, you're looking at 2020 hindsight here. You're at the 49, you cross the 50, you have 4th and 4, 4th and 5. You're looking back now thinking maybe we should have gone for it.
Yeah.
But then again, you had Clay-Chalkville in a 2nd and 20 situation. You think your defense can hold up to that. So I'll be interested to see if they get any more aggressive or if this is just one of those things you just have to take it one drive at a time.
Jaden Powell, the timing on that reverse way off, and that's another loss as they're just pulling out anything they can to get something, and Quintrell Jackson is dropped for about a 7-yard loss.
That looked like the timing or either the path that was taken on the reverse, something was off. It was nearly a double forward pass, but I'm not sure the refs would have. I mean, it looks so weird. I don't even know how you can make that call at that point in the game.
2nd down and 15, maybe 16 here. Whistle and another flag, procedure on the Gophers. So the house is on fire and it's hard to get out.
It is. Again, you look at the last drive, any kind of momentum was good for them on offense. And then to give up a big play like that, get the, being deflated again, being on the bench and coming out and having these 2 plays back-to-back to start. It's hard to keep your head in the game after all that work from the offseason. You're excited for this first game. I imagine these next, 5-6 minutes of the first half will be tough to get refocused. It's about getting into the locker room and going from there.
And it's a formidable opponent.
Oh, yeah. No, they're number 2 for a reason.
But you're not playing clean either, right?
Yeah.
So you're talking about playing clean and just executing. And Hueytown has not done that. Powell, rolling left, immediately dropped. Had no chance. Keith Richmond, 6'2", 217-pound junior, flies in from the defensive end and gobbles him up.
Yeah, I don't know if he wasn't blocked, if the blocking scheme was off, or if they finally read that rollout that they've run a couple of times in this game. And he read that even before the snap. He was there in a hurry.
Yep. Boy, so much athleticism and quickness, as you know, on that defensive front you talked about for the Cougars. And they got size, too, when they put those big defensive tackles in there. But they got the pass rushing guys in there right now. Powell, flushed out, throws over the middle. Boy, into traffic. It was a good pass, trying to find Kobe Coleman, but knocked away over there by Jamario Yadal.
Number 9 linebacker, but looking like number 9 in Clay-Chalkville jersey. Makes you think of Jalen Mbakwe coming over.
Probably a nickel guy, right? Plays near the line but can drop back too. So 4th down and 31. I mean, Sosa has to kick this, obviously. The problem is there's 5:25 to go, and they're going to get it near midfield again.
And I think Hueytown would take them getting it at midfield. I don't think we've seen a punt of more than 25 yards so far.
Sosa.
Best one.
Low, returnable. That's Barber. 25, 20, 15, 10, and he scores. Touchdown. Clay-Chalkville, Corey Barber, a man among boys on that return.
I don't know what you say about this kid at this point in the game. It's like he waited. Maybe he had some nerves, new school, first game, new season. But, man, this second quarter has been the Corey Barber show.
Here it is.
That looked way too easy. It was a low kick. He had a lot of space when he caught that ball. Once he cuts to his left right here, and it was just – you know how hard it is to nearly get untouched on a punt return?
That's pretty.
He got scraped a couple of times. Did have a flag on this extra point.
So we'll see.
Long discussion.
Yeah.
That'll be unsportsmanlike 15 yards that will be tacked on to the kickoff.
The extra point is good. The penalty flag was unsportsmanlike conduct that will be assessed on the kickoff.
So, 5:11 to go here in the second quarter. Clay-Chalkville in control. They're going to now kick it from Hueytown's side of the field, which you don't see very often.
So rubbing it in a little too much to an onside kick, you got to get your practice in.
I would hope not. Maybe. I would hope not. That's not the case. But if I were the returners, I would put my heels on the one.
This is I mean, when you get a penalty like this, it's probably better to be able to learn how to pooch it into inside the 10 than just blast it through the end zone.
There's that corner coffin kick, so to speak, from the kickoff standpoint. Fair catch, and that's at the 11-yard line.
Fair catch was called.
Yes, and that is different from college and NFL rules. I'll be interested to see when high school moves to the fair catch inside the 20 being like a touchback. Looks like they're marking it at the 11, though, where the fair catch was made. I would give it next couple of years before they make the same change that college did. And you can make a fair catch inside, and it'd be just like a touchback. But for now, once again, Hueytown, tough starting field position. Their worst of the night, actually, on their own 11.
Here goes the Golden Gophers. Powell's had a rough night so far. Handoff, big hole. Anthony Robinson, nice leaping run. Flag down again. I don't know what that's going to be.
No hurdling. No hurdling in high school ball.
And boy, it was such a small
It was more like a step over. You could make the case.
Now this is a bad ruling when it's not common sense, because that really is for really leaping up, as you know, so you don't get clipped and break your neck.
If we can have a judgmental flag on late hits and defenseless receivers,
right.
I do think that they can have a hurdle where they're waving it off.
And that's the smart play. Congratulations to that crew, because the hurdle. Do we have that, Jake? Let's take a look. To your point, Caleb, real quickly.
Flag has been waved off.
Well, we'll get to it in a moment. No, here we go. It's such a small hurdle, and if a guy's going to go low, yeah, I mean, he's barely skipping. It's more of a skip than a hurdle.
He nearly went around him more than over him as well.
Exactly.
So you can make a case that there are hurdles every play. 2 feet are off the ground most plays. So
yeah, very good call by the officials to pick that up. Now we have another flag. We've got
offside by the Cougars.
Cougars lining up in the neutral zone. So that'll be another 5 for the Gophers.
Now we're starting to see those week 0 penalties. So we had a relatively clean first quarter. Players might be getting a little tired.
Powell rolled left, threw back. Nice little design play, but a fall down just short of the first down is Robinson. Or they're going to say they did get enough for the first down. So
it's a good
momentum
play
for Golden Gophers.
Good design, like you mentioned. Being able, they've run that play a couple of times, nearly read by the defensive line to knock that down. Could have gone for a long way.
Yeah.
If he didn't slip down trying to avoid a tackler.
Carter Pritchard back in. He's listed as wide receiver, but he'll line up in the backfield a lot too. There he is getting the carry. And he'll get maybe a couple on the right side. Very tough yardage over there. Tackle made by Jamario Yadal. You see big number 5, Colton McIntyre, that Caleb talked about earlier in the show.
Cougars, second down.
Clock running at 3:35. Second down and 9. Powell looking over the middle and just missed his man. I mean, he's trying to hit Antonio Porter, and he just can't get it there. Had to step on his man and had him on his outside hip.
Yeah, it was behind Porter and an overthrow of Horn. Crossing routes, you never really know when you miss both receivers, it's hard to tell which one you were throwing to.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's tough for a quarterback when they see two routes coming together like that.
And Powell running, and he's going to run out of bounds. And look, let's be honest, Greg Patterson's game plan going in wasn't for Powell to be throwing every down.
No, I think they hope that they will be throwing the ball a little bit more than they did last year when we saw them. They were obviously heavy run. They have had a lot of passing plays involved. And now I know they're down 35 points, but I also think at this point in the game, you're not thinking about coming back, so you're not trying to air the ball out every single play. You're just trying to run your offense. So I think you're looking at an offense that they're going to want to throw the ball a little bit more. They trust Powell to throw the ball. You just got to get a good feeling, and that's tough to do when you have so much pressure in your face, when you're down 35 points. He's put in a tough spot in the first game of the season.
Sosa with a bounding short kick, but it'll take a Golden Gopher roll and be at the 37-yard line. It's about a 32-yard kick there or so. 3:03 to go in this first half. That's a lot of points. Punts for Sosa so far in this game.
Yeah, they had the one drive where they had 2 first downs, but it's pretty much been 3 and outs. Everything else, and that drive they started at their own 11. They actually strung together nearly 30 yards. But when you start so far back, it feels like you didn't do anything. And once again, Clay-Chalkville has the ball with pretty good field position.
So Fry in there has got Ray flanked. Ray has the carry. Very few carries for him. He's knocked down shy of the line of scrimmage. Pretty good play over there.
Brought down by Tilly Simmons. The carrier was
by Simmons, number 3. Also Donovan Moore around the area as well. So they'll mark it right at the line, 2nd down and 10.
And Nasir Ray is a different style tight end, number 17, than we saw them use last year with Jabari Staples, who I think scored 3 touchdowns in this game last year.
He did. Fry, I thought, boy, great sleight of hand he's got. He handed off to Woods. I thought he kept it. And again, he's going to run it more this year with that added poundage, about 20 added to his frame. He's only run it a few times in this game, but he hadn't had to.
Yeah, he hadn't had to. And I do think that is going to become very dangerous. I mean, we can talk all you want about the weapons that they have, but if they can get the sleight of hand, this RPO, the read option in the backfield, all these different styles, if they can actually get to the point where they trust Fry to make the decisions on true options in the backfield, you might get to the point where the offense is unstoppable. And that is the goal when you see an offense like this, to eventually not actually call set plays and let your quarterback make the read on the field.
Stuart Floyd calls a timeout. Under 2 to go in the first half. You're watching Jeff Coed TV.
Hello, Jeff Coed family. I'm Dr. Beth Miller, Director of Child Nutrition. This school year, we are thrilled to offer free breakfast and lunch at no cost to all students enrolled in in-person learning. As a community eligibility provision district, we encourage all families to take advantage of this opportunity. Our child nutrition program is devoted to providing healthy and nutritious meals to help fuel our students for a day of learning and growth. From crispy Crispitos to fruits and vegetables, it will all be available for free. If a student would like an extra item, those may be purchased. Again, we encourage you to take advantage of this opportunity so we can continue to provide in future years.
Welcome back to Jeff Coed TV as Clay-Chalkville steps up, 3rd down and 7. Fry looking, dancing. Boy, that time the rush got him. Good play there as Hueytown collapsed. They stayed in their lanes, however, and that was an outstanding play by Treeland Thompson. Being a Golden Gopher doesn't just require hard work on the football field. The Hueytown High School football team took their community service off the field earlier this month on a Saturday morning. Coaches and players took part in the Valley Creek cleanup. They met at the high school. They walked along 15th Street, picked up trash, and did a nice job. Did a nice community service. There's Greg Patterson with his players. Good job out of those guys. Getting cleaned up right now on the field, though, by Clay-Chalkville. 35-0. And again, at this point, Greg Patterson and his staff just want to get some confidence, some continuity going for his team.
I think
here to build for the year.
I'm a little surprised. You know, you get a sack, you get a defensive stop, and I know you want the ball back, but calling a timeout, maybe just let it go, try to get into the locker room. But they call a timeout. Maybe they hope for a big special teams play, get a little bit of confidence for Powell going into the locker room, get something to build off of. Again, it's not that you're not thinking about winning anymore. It's just that I don't think you can think of it as like, we're coming back from down 35. You got to think about getting on the scoreboard, and maybe that's what Coach Patterson's thought process is right now at this point in the game. Hey, if we get on the scoreboard before halftime, suddenly,
one at a time.
Your feeling is different going into the locker room.
No doubt. So minute 32. Starks is the punter for the Cougars, number 2.
Looks like Hueytown's coming for it.
Very high snap. They're going to fake it. They throw it out here wide open. And now we got another touchdown. Nobody was guarding Jamario Yadal. Now that may not be Yadal because they may have 2 number 9s. Let's double check. No, looks like
listen, I know, I think I see some arms being thrown up on the sideline over here. And Hueytown's got a, I mean, that might not even be a true fake. That's just something you always teach your players.
So why would you fake?
Yeah, I mean, why would you fake? He had to have seen the guy, hey, he's open. Just throw it out there.
You got to run that.
I mean, at any point in the season, no matter what the score is, the other team will make you pay for not guarding every single time. And that is, I mean, Hueytown, that's a definitely a teaching lesson right there. And I don't know, you saw Patterson a little upset on the sideline. I don't know if it was at his own team, maybe himself. I don't know if it was towards Clay-Chalkville. I'm sure there's some people on this sideline that think, what are you doing throwing, like just punt us the ball. But once you get into that mindset, then those kind of plays are going to happen to you.
So 41-0 now. Del Toro on for his 6th extra point. And he punches that one through. Timeout on the field. You're watching Jeff Coed TV.
Hello, Jeff Coed family. I'm Dr. Beth Miller, Director of Child Nutrition. This school year, we are thrilled to offer free breakfast and lunch at no cost to all students enrolled in in-person learning. As a community eligibility provision district, we encourage all families to take advantage of this opportunity. Our child nutrition program is devoted to providing healthy and nutritious meals to help fuel our students for a day of learning and growth. From crispy Crispitos to fruits and vegetables, it will all be available for free. If a student would like an extra item, those may be purchased. Again, we encourage you to take advantage of this opportunity so we can continue to provide in future years.
Welcome back to Jeff Coed TV. Scott Griffin, Caleb Turrentine, Chris Osborne, Matt Coulter, and our amazing crew here added to it with executive producer John Huddleston. 42-0. Del Toro kicks it away. Fielded at the 8. Brought back and hit first at the 20, and that's about it on that return.
A.J. Robinson on the return.
Robinson on the return for Hueytown, and only a minute 11 to go in that first half.
You know, what makes me think that wasn't a called fake, and again, it might just be how it lines up. That's Starks who's throwing the ball, right? So
Yeah.
Corey Barber can't be on the field. They wear the same number.
Right.
So that's why Yadao is the one it's the first caught pass by someone other than Barber. since the touchdown
it's a
pass.
linebacker.
Yeah, right. Since the first touchdown pass to Jakari Johnson. So,
and he's on there because he's on the punt.
yeah, he's ready
he
to make
can
a tackle.
run, right, and he's a tackler.
And
But
that might have been two guys who walked out on the field and said, hey, no one's over here.
Yeah.
Throw it to me.
There had to be a signal, though. There's Robinson cutting left, back right. Nice skip move. He's in the secondary, 40-45. Great run by Robinson. Certainly the most positive play for Hueytown. 27 yards for Robinson.
Yeah, that is the kind of positive play. That's why you called that timeout.
Yeah.
That's the kind of play you wanted, except you didn't want the 70-yard
The
touchdown play to
before.
happen
That's right.
in between.
So minute 1. Powell throwing into coverage, and it looked like it was picked up, but it hit the ground. He was over there, but defending on the play, Deion Callens, a senior, big corner, as he was trying to hit his man Quintrell Jackson. That's a size disadvantage for Jackson.
Yeah, that would have been a really impressive interception. I don't. That's an ill-advised throw. That's something that he'll be able to see on tape again. He went to his first option a little too quickly. But that was great coverage and would have been an incredible interception on that side as well.
Powell throws it outside. Flag down. Maybe a hold. We'll see. Jackson was there, or pass interference maybe, but it looked like a hold.
He definitely had a lot of jersey, but it was also when the ball was in the air, so understand pass interference being the call.
They got pass interference on that, so.
Pass interference against the Cougars.
The Golden Gophers will pick up a free 10, or 15, excuse me, and get to the 35-yard line. So, again, plenty of time, 52 seconds.
So the furthest Hueytown's offense has traveled, 35-yard line of Clay-Chalkville.
And Anthony Robinson got him going on that 27-yard run. He splits out right in motion. Boy, it's a great play, and you got to keep running. You can't run out of bounds. Kobe Coleman caught it. They had it set up. They emptied and did the little out pattern underneath, as you saw, Caleb, but he ran out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's almost like you're thinking too hard, right? You said, this is my 8-yard route. I'm supposed to run out of bounds. So it's like,
right.
Look up, see you can get 5-6 more yards.
Powell under pressure, open on the seam. He stood in there on the pressure. Callens with a big hit. But they got the pass to Kamar Williams-Eatman. So here comes Hueytown.
That might have been the best pass play.
Yeah.
We've seen the best throw, too, right in the seam where he had him, got there just in time. Great job holding on to that ball as well.
Powell outside again, Eatman, and he'll be dropped down. Little late hit there. But he's down at the 10-yard line, or inside the 10 to the 9, and Hueytown will call timeout. The Clay-Chalkville drone program is in its second year, giving students a pathway to becoming FAA certified drone operators. Program's led by Mr. Patrick Hatcher, who retired from the U.S. military. Drones are needed in all types of industries, obviously, these days. Media, real estate, construction, law enforcement, even football. Jordan Rush, a student of the program, helps out the Clay-Chalkville football team. He uses a drone to record their games and practices, so coaches can obviously get that bird's eye view of the plays on the field. I know Stuart Floyd, when I was visiting practice, was making sure the drone was up on every rep so he could check it out.
I can see a drone right now, sitting there waiting to go up.
Yeah.
You'll notice if it ever gets anywhere close to over the actual playing field, those refs will shut down that drone really quickly. And obviously when they used to not be as popular, it would kind of freak people out when they would see a drone. Only a few programs had it. They're a little bit more popular now, but that's obviously a great tool, great resource.
Oh yeah.
Having a different way of seeing things. I mean, us right here, we see things differently than the coaches on the sideline.
Yeah.
We might see something that was called and the reason it was called that they might not. So having a drone, being able to look back, that's a big deal.
So inside the 10 at the 9. A little play action. Back shoulder throw. Did he catch it? No, he caught it, but I'm not getting an indication, but I guess they're calling it out.
Yeah, going to Keegan Horn again. Big body over there. Would have been an impressive catch. I don't know if he would have been in even if he made the catch cleanly. I don't know if the ball hit the ground or if he was just standing out of bounds. I think either way that was incomplete. Either way, even if he had caught it cleanly. Don't be surprised if they go back to Horn here. The biggest body they have on that offense.
Horn normally a defensive end, but does come in specialties, a tight end now. Number 11. So he might try to get loose in the middle of the field. That's where they're throwing it, and he finds him, but he gets hit and dropped the ball.
Not the worst thing in the world. You didn't have time to make that catch and probably line up again. I believe they're out of timeouts.
So you got to go for it here. But at least Hueytown's had a positive drive.
Assuming this is a throw, this will be Jaden Powell's 20th pass attempt of the first half. I'm not sure anyone would have guessed that happening tonight.
Maybe 20 for the game or a little bit more, maybe. If their game plan would have gone. Now, Stuart Floyd and the Cougars call timeout. We'll keep it here.
Timeout call by Cougars.
So, 42-0. So what does Clay-Chalkville, we keep talking about what Hueytown's got to do. What's Clay-Chalkville? I mean, they've looked good, but, you know, a coach after first game is not going to go too nuts on that, right?
I don't think so, and I think you're talking about all facets of the game. They've looked really good. Obviously, I think you want to talk about cleaning up penalties. You want to maybe have a little bit more consistency in the run game. I think every coach will tell you they love the big play. You don't want to rely on the big play. They've had 4 touchdowns, 3 70-yard touchdown passes, 70-plus yard touchdown passes, a punt return for a touchdown, a safety. You know, that's the reason this game has gotten out of hand is because of the big plays. So obviously they want to be a little more consistent in the run game. So I'll be interested to see if they keep the starters in a lot during the third quarter to do that a little more, see if they can get back to running the ball, have long drives. But if I'm guessing what Stuart Floyd would say, it would be that. It's establishing an offense and establishing long drives as opposed to the big play.
So 4th down from the 9 for Hueytown. Again, trailing 42-0. The scoreboard irrelevant to them. They just need some positive. Powell, corner, toss up, batted around, but knocked away. His target over there was Shamarian Roller, the sophomore wide receiver, who's big and angular, but just couldn't come down to it. Not a bad pass.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you want on a fade. Give your guy a chance.
Got his hands on it, right?
He got both hands on it. That's good defensive play. I mean, it's hard to call it a drop when both players get their hands on the ball, but that did kind of hit him, right? You just got to have stronger hands than that, be able to grip that ball. Still, you got to give credit to the defensive back. Great play to knock that ball away.
Lance Lee was on the coverage there for the Cougars. We'll be talking to Stuart Floyd here in just a moment. And of course, have the halftime for you as well. And they'll go take a knee on this, will the Cougars. Fry takes a knee, and that will do it. So Matt Coulter will be corralling Stuart Floyd down there for the halftime interview, and then we'll get the bands on the field and begin some entertainment here for the home crowd of the Golden Gophers. Quick impressions first half.
I think Clay-Chalkville looks like a team that could overthrow Parker as 6A state champions. That's my biggest takeaway.
Matt Coulter has Stuart Floyd on the sidelines. Matty, what you got?
Home Gophers have here for years. Go Gophers.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good start. You know, obviously you want to score when you get in the red zone, and really proud of the defense for getting that stop right there at the end.
Aaron Fry, we've known about him. The deuce is loose.
Yeah.
Barber, let's see, he scored via the air. He's thrown one. He ran a punt back.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's an explosive player, and, you know, if they're not going to, take him away, we're going to keep going to him.
Playing a little safety, too, isn't he?
No.
That's
We have
different
another
dudes?
number 2.
Thanks for the correction.
Yeah.
I'll get it to all of us. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it. I'll get on my horse a little while ago about double numbers, but obviously the deuce is not loose on defense. Let's go back to the birthday boy and Caleb.
Thank you, Matt. 42-0 is the score here for Clay-Chalkville. And the Hueytown Golden Gophers. So let's go to the Clay-Chalkville band right now as they're ready to begin.
We are the Hidden Gems.
I'm JoJo.
I'm Erin.
I'm Aaliyah.
And we are the drum majors of the Clay-Chalkville High School Mighty Marching Band.
This year we'll be franchising Clay-Chalkville's 30th year with a 90s theme. Thank y'all so much. I hope y'all enjoy.
Guys, we're here on the sideline. That was the Clay-Chalkville Cougar band, and coming up next we're going to hear from Hueytown's band. But just before we do, there's a lot of football left to be played, and we're going to be talking to the Hueytown coach, Coach Patterson, to see what they're going to have to do to try to get back in this one. But right now, let's hear from the Hueytown drum major.
My name is Layla Drake, and I'm the drum major for the Hueytown High School Golden Gopher Marching Band. Our 2025 marching show is called All That Jazz. Our show selections include Long Long Time, music from the video game Cuphead, Bugle Call Rag, Moonlight Serenade, and Sing Sing Sing. We hope you enjoy our halftime show.
Hueytown High School marching Gopher Band will perform this year's show, All That Jazz. We will start with Long Long Time, Defense from Avengers Infinite. We will continue with the jazz collection from hit video game Cuphead. We will end tonight's performance with You Will Call Rad, as made famous by Benny Goodman. Drum major, Larry Drake, is your band ready? Please welcome to the field the Hueytown High School Marching Gopher Band! High School Golden Gopher Marching Band. Hueytown High School Golden Gopher Marching Band is sponsored by McDonald's and Black Family Restaurants. The band is led on the field by drum major David Brick. Cougars captains are Brianna Cooper and Alyssa Carter. The band is under the direction of Dr. Ron Lovett, assisted by Don Smith and Andrew Pope. The Cougars captain sponsors are Aisha Prevo and Maddie Piddington. The drumline instructor is Benjamin Hardy. Thank you, and give another round of applause for the Golden Gopher Marching Band.
Welcome. We are Hueytown High. Every day is a great day of being a Golden Gopher. We are Jeffco Ed Strong.
Welcome back here to Hueytown. Scott Griffin and Caleb Turrentine, also Chris Osborne, Matt Coulter, our great crew here as well. We're glad you're with us. And let's take a look at some of the games involving the schools in our Jefferson County school system. And a lot of them played each other, like Pleasant Grove, McAdory. McAdory in control of that one. We'll get a score in just a minute. Shades Valley was at Woodlawn tonight. Minor at Dora. Bessemer City was at Center Point with their new coach, Jermel King. James Clemens from Huntsville at Gardendale. Central Phoenix City drove up to play Pinson Valley, Oak Grove and Weaver. Winfield and Corner, closer than you think. Fairview and Fultondale, interesting game there. And then Mortimer Jordan at Leeds. That's a pretty interesting game as well. Caleb's got some of the scores for us. Caleb, what do you got?
Yeah, it seems like a blowout might be a little bit of a theme tonight. Obviously, Clay-Chalkville leading Hueytown 42-0 here. Central Phoenix City, one of the best teams in 7A, beating Pinson Valley 52-16 right now. One of the finals that we have in, Leeds beat Mortimer Jordan 45-28. McAdory up on Pleasant Grove 36-0, in control there. Great start to the season for Arvia Holmes. Shades Valley just got a safety in the fourth quarter. They lead Woodlawn 15-12. And then James Clemens, this was scored from about 30 minutes ago, leads Gardendale 20-14. That was at halftime. We'll keep looking for scores throughout the night, see when we get finals in. As we know, we will be likely the latest game of the night.
Yes.
So stick with us. We'll make sure to update on all of those games.
I think Heath Lauderdale of Mortimer Jordan would have to be pleased against a good Leeds team with Jerry Hood to have that kind of score in his opening game. Wouldn't you say?
I would think so.
Never happy to lose, obviously.
Yeah.
But
You'd love to see how it played out. Like, was it a little bit closer? Was it within 1-2 possessions the whole game? Maybe if the difference in Leeds pulling away late and being ahead early and then cutting it closer. But yeah, that's always a tough opener for anyone playing a Jerry Hood team for the past 2 decades. I don't care who he coached. That was tough.
A little bit of the turf action there. And by the way, I learned something. You have the black rubber pellets on the fields, right, for most of this stuff. They actually can put coconut husks on a field. So if you see a field with brown specks in it instead of the rubber, that cools a field if it's really hot, and it also absorbs rain. I learned that in the last
Boy, why
few
not
days.
everybody
Yeah.
use that? Share the knowledge.
Probably because of the cost of it, but yeah, that's kind of interesting. And it definitely took a lot of the heat away from the turf. That's not a problem tonight with the rains coming for what, an hour and a half to help cool it down out here as we got cooler weather coming next week, thankfully, on that. So we'll take a quick break, come back with more. You're watching Jeff Coed TV.
Certainly we need more drivers, but we need folks more than that who want to make a difference.
It's the best job in the world. Bus drivers are doing a tremendous job in receiving kids each day with a smile, sending them home each day with a smile, making a difference in their lives.
Most bus drivers are there to invest in the children as well as to gain an investment for themselves. We're excited that you're interested in being a bus driver trainer. The potential is great about changing lives.
Nice look at the field there here at Hueytown as Greg Patterson making his way to Chris Osborne for some first half thoughts as we await on the head coach for the Gophers as they start mingling out on the field. Of course, trailing 42-0 right now to a very talented, loaded Clay-Chalkville team that looks like so far a team that is going to be contending for a state championship, Caleb, while we wait on the Patterson. I think that's easy to say, right?
I do. I mean, I obviously, sometimes these preseason polls, it's all about the name recognition, right? And with Clay-Chalkville not having a deep run last year, they still got 6 first-place votes. That's because they're Clay-Chalkville. That's because of the talent, and it looks like the voters were right. I mean, they're ranked preseason number 2 behind defending state champion Parker, and they look. I mean, it's hard for me to watch that first half and say there's a better 6A team out there right now. Now, that being said, there's 4 months until we play state championship games, but right now they came out of the gates looking really, really good, using their talent well, and Hueytown was just in for a tough night.
Well, they got a front four. They've got skill players. Their quarterback's gained 20 pounds, and I think we're going to see him run more. We know he throws well. They've got a lot of things going for him, right? So Chris Osborne is getting ready and has Greg Patterson down there. Chris, what do you got?
Well, guys, a little bit of a change. Coach Patterson wasn't in the mood to do an interview. And understandably so. They spent a lot of time in the locker room. Obviously, they got to make some adjustments. And at this point, I think he really just wants to see how he can get his team back on track. So we want to give him that courtesy and not be a distraction to him.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah, we appreciate that, and that's certainly understandable, as Chris says. They're trailing 42-0 game one. It hasn't gone well. What we've talked about, you're not overmatched. I mean, I don't think they're that far removed from being – it shouldn't be 42-0, but it is a better team, higher classification. But you're not playing well. You're not executing.
Yeah, you're not playing well. And, again, we talked about how good Clay-Chalkville looks. It's also just hard for me to sit here and say in a season opener with Coach Greg Patterson on the sideline to say, I'm still expecting this Hueytown team to be there in the second weekend of the playoffs. Like, that's just what you come to expect from them. They make adjustments. They play tough games, and we've seen them lose. Maybe not in this fashion. They're not used to losing in this fashion. I understand the frustration behind that side of things. But this is a team that knows how to bounce back, that knows how to use losses. And so, I mean, I think that even though tonight, obviously 2 hours of frustrating football, the next hour and a half might not be much better. But it's where you go from here, and Coach Patterson's already thinking about that. And I understand not wanting to recap that first half in any way whatsoever. You might just wash your hands clean. You might have just told them in the locker room, we're done with that. We're not talking about that. We're done with that. Win the second half. Move on.
New half. And this is viewed, I'm sure, like a jamboree game now. We're coming out. We're working on us. We're executing. We don't want penalties. We don't want guys running into each other like on the reverse there. Let's clean it up and just play against an opponent and get better. They have an off week next week, and then they can get back on track. And as you see them talking there to some of the players, and that may not be exactly what he's saying, what Caleb and I are saying, but it's probably in the ballpark.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason we're up here, he's down there, and he's very good at doing that. I'm sure there's some adjustments here and there, but there's a reason that his teams respond the way they do. And last year they did this thing where they had, the bye week after a tough loss to Clay-Chalkville as well, and they responded in a big way. They won their first region title in 3 years last year. So
there's Greg right there. Look, and we just saw Corey Barber, who's just gone bananas. 3 touchdowns, a punt return touchdown, a couple of receptions. What's his numbers?
Now, Barber's got 5 catches, 173 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air, then obviously the punt return, 40-yard punt return touchdown. Fry has only completed, 6 passes? He is 6 for 8 for 192 yards, 3 touchdowns, 8 runs for 20 yards. Clay-Chalkville has 276 yards of total offense. Hueytown just 98 yards of offense. They just had 70 on their final drive of the first half. So they maybe take a little bit of momentum from that last drive. They know they can move the ball. Obviously not scoring, not getting any points, that hurt. The punt situation, you got to be able to line up properly. The last touchdown Clay-Chalkville scored. Frustration's just mounted for them in those last couple of minutes. So now they're just looking to reset.
And they couldn't score before the half, but they certainly, and we got whistles stopping that. It looks like maybe offsides. They certainly moved the ball that last couple of minutes of the first half, so they have momentum. We'll see if that carries over as they're the first to get the ball here in the second half.
And I will be intrigued to see how long both teams keep first-teamers in. Because, yes, it's week 0. You have a lot of guys who wanted to play a lot of minutes tonight. They came in excited. They want to play 4 quarters. It's also a long season. Hueytown also has a bye next week. There's not any little nagging injuries so far, this early in the season. So how far do you push that? How much experience do you want to get? And how much stuff do you want to work on before you say, let's pull them, let's get other guys in there to work?
Del Toro will kick it. Quintrell Jackson receives it at the 16. 25, got a little seam, but kind of twisted down at about the 32-yard line. And that's where the Golden Gophers will trot out Jaden Powell, the quarterback, who's thrown to Caleb's point way too much the first half. He's been okay, but just way too many attempts.
Yeah, 9 for 20 in that first half. At times it felt like he threw the ball more than 20 times. I mean, it felt like every time they got these second and third and long situations, it wasn't about being down the scoreboard. It was about you needed to throw the ball to get a first down.
Powell hands off Robinson. He had a good 27-yard run in that last drive of the first half, but that time bottled up. And he was bottled up there by Quentin Lowe, among others. Second down 10, pretty much a no gain. Clay-Chalkville big, fast. It's like 8 guys around the line of scrimmage, 5 are standing up. There's the swing to Robinson. That'll get some positive yardage, about 4 on that left side, trying to isolate him with a defender.
Yeah, it's the 3rd swing pass they've completed to him so far.
After this play, we'll go to Matt Coulter on the sidelines very quickly. 3rd down and 7. Handoff. Robinson left in, cuts up, got met, still fighting. He's not giving up as he gets to the 40-yard line. Matty, what do you got down there?
Sometimes in games like this, when it's 42-0 at the half, they'll run a mercy clock, and that is to run it much faster in the 3rd and 4th quarter. I talked to Coach Floyd at Clay, and then I talked to one of the officials, and apparently that's not going to be the case in the second half. And when you think about it, these guys need playing time. I'm okay with that.
No, I think that's a great point. And certainly first game has a lot to do with that, Caleb. I think you would agree.
Yeah, that goes into the same concept. How quickly do you pull starters? Probably not as quickly as you would if this was 6-7 games into the season.
Sosa with the kick. He's had struggles tonight. That one goes straight up, bounces back towards Hueytown. They got to stop it right there. So that's not going to be a very long punt at all, as he's been under pressure and had some questionable kicks tonight that he'll have to work on as the season goes. So Clay-Chalkville will have it once again on the Hueytown side of the 50.
Yeah, that's going to go down as a 8-yard punt.
Yeah.
Again, not trying to pile on anywhere here, but Clay-Chalkville has won every facet of the game. And again, some of it's been how good Clay-Chalkville's been, some of it's been Hueytown just not executing.
Fry has Ray and Woods. He'll run the option to Woods out of a 2-back set. Runs over a man and gets to the 40. Really ran over a Golden Gopher on that outside. Take a look.
I mean, we talked about his ability between the tackles, his speed, and then that is a 5-star defensive lineman, Donovan Moore, that just got ran over by a guy who's got to be 20 pounds, 30 pounds lighter.
Yeah. Woods is compact, as we said, 5'10". They list him at 201. He looks about 215 to me. He's got legs and lower body strength that kind of belies that number.
Woods had 65 yards in the first half. None of them more powerful than those 8 right there.
Fry throws it out, screen. And that's, well, a great individual tackle out there. Great action. He threw it to Johnson, but a super tackle by Anton Witt, a sophomore defensive back, getting some playing time.
Those are the plays you're looking for if you're Hueytown. Still be able to have that desire and that will to go make a quick play like that, make the read, and go make an open field tackle. That's something that we haven't seen a lot of. A lot of Hueytown's good plays on defense have been at the line of scrimmage. You haven't seen many good open field tackles like that.
8:48 to go here in this third quarter. Barber will flank off the right side, now switch over to the left to give a little twin action on that left side. Whistle, and they're going to try a little trick motion there, and I think that's illegal motion. No, they call timeout. Stuart Floyd calls timeout. We'll take a break, come back with more. You're watching Jeff Coed TV.
Hi, I'm Coach Northcutt. I'm a Hueytown graduate of 1994.
I'm Keontae Mitchell. I'm currently a history teacher here at Hueytown High School. I am a recent graduate of the Golden Gophers.
I'm the athletic director and math teacher here at Hueytown High School.
Right now I'm coaching football as well, DBs coach, and I'm also the head golf coach here.
I love Hueytown. It's always been my passion. I love Hueytown athletics.
Hueytown High School is home. Hueytown itself is home. I played football here. I have a lot of great memories of pushing myself both physically and mentally.
It's not just success in sports that we push here. We want these kids to be successful in life.
We focus on perfection. Nobody's just born perfect, but how do we get there? How do we take these steps? And that's what we teach in the classroom, that's what we teach on the field.
Welcome back. It's 3rd down and 2, and a run up the middle. That'll get a first down for the Cougars. Joining us in the booth is our Director of Communications for Jeff County School System. I don't know if that's the official title, but that
I've been called a lot worse.
Yes. So John Huddleston, he's also our executive producer. He helped put this together when Walter Gosling got the vision of this. He hired John, who was a one-man deal back then, and that wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, no, it's, 5 years ago now, and we've come a long way in 5 years. We've steadily added staff and production and brought on a bunch of folks to help us with this, and it's been great. But, yeah, I mean, a lot of this started with Dr. Gonsolin and his vision for communications and how important communications is in a K-12 environment. Not just this, but just school communications in general.
Absolutely.
You know, so.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but yeah, it's been a great ride so far. We're just getting started here, just getting started on the football season too.
Yeah.
Man, what a great night. I know the score is not what we had hoped as far as just being football fans, but I mean, what a great environment out here tonight. And you know, you would think when all the rain started, people might start trickling out. That did not happen tonight.
No,
These
they
stands
stayed.
were full this
Yeah.
evening. I mean,
and they're still full.
Yeah.
They are still full.
It's 42-0, and if anybody's left, they snuck out on their own.
Yeah, I think I heard Matt saying earlier there wasn't a spot free over there on the Clay-Chalkville sideline for sure. So, but yeah, I mean, what a great environment for high school football. And like you guys are saying, I mean, I think while this is not the result, obviously, that Hueytown had wanted, if there's anybody that can get these guys whipped into shape, it's Greg Patterson.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, you pretty much cash him in on playoffs every year and winning one or two at least.
Absolutely.
For sure. So he'll get it figured out. It just, early season. Again, he's playing a really good team, obviously. And there's Aaron Fry getting sacked by Mr. Keegan. Horn on the sack. Let's take a look at that. But, I think, John, you may know better than me, I haven't heard of another school system or anybody that does year-round broadcast. That was your guys' vision, your discussion with him. Tell us how that – because a lot of people do football, but
right.
not everybody does everything.
Yeah, I mean, there are some. I think Huntsville City up north does some baseball and softball. But, no, I mean, that was one thing that we had talked about when we started talking about – so just the whole backstory is, matter of fact, when I came in for my job interview, Dr. Gonsolm said, I want to create a TV station. What do you think about that? And at that point,
you're like,
I said, oh, yeah, sure, whatever you say.
Right.
So didn't really know how we were going to do it yet.
Right.
But I think that vision right there that he had. But, yeah, getting back to what you're saying, I mean, it was, year-round sports. We do baseball, softball, looking to add some other sports this year as well. And, we're actually meeting Monday to talk about our flag football broadcast as well as our volleyball broadcast this fall. And we'll be announcing that here relatively soon. But, not just athletics, too. We do the spelling bee for Jefferson County Schools.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's more than
more than that. Yeah, we do a lot of fine art stuff. We our director of arts, who just retired, Terrence Brown, had the wise idea to buy a license where we could actually broadcast some of the choirs live and band performances and that type of thing. So
absolutely,
we do as much of that as we possibly can. And, I loved what I saw tonight from both these bands out here, the Hueytown and the Clay-Chalkville band. My goodness, for the first game, they sounded amazing this evening. And, it's been great to be able to showcase all our students and not just our athletes. But, and that's great. But to showcase from academics to athletics to fine arts, anything that we can put on there. We're not opposed to anything. And if somebody brings me a good suggestion, I'm like, let's do it. So, let's do it.
You've got the app, Jeffco app there, and there's been coffee talks on their podcast, to your point, Teacher of the Year banquet, whatever.
Yeah.
That's digestible information and good news for Jefferson County school system.
Yeah, and we even go as far as we've had a cooking show on there with some of our culinary arts students.
Great.
We have our storybook adventures that we put together, which has been a terrific series where we have folks come in and read books and we put them to music or we put graphics over them, that type of thing. So it's been a lot of fun. So, and I'm glad you guys are along here for year two as well. I think we're extremely blessed to have both you guys in the booth as well as Matt and Chris on the field down there. You think about it. I'm glad CBS 42 lets you out a little bit so you can come up here and do this. But we got you. We've got the Talladega Super Speedway announcer down there on the field. I think we've got about 100 years worth of experience between you guys. So.
Way more than that when you count camera guys.
Exactly. Don't forget those guys. And shout out to our crew tonight, too. What y'all didn't see watching at home tonight was when the rain started. We're inside, keep in mind, up here, but the rain still started kind of coming through the windows, and we actually lost an audio board tonight. So shout out to our producer, Kenneth Smith, and our director, John Rocket, for thinking quickly and devising a plan where we could actually get on the air tonight. So, it's been good.
It's probably come across way more seamless than we think it has.
Yeah.
Well, we wouldn't have a rain delay. When are we going to be able to be on one of these cooking shows? Maybe calling it like a master.
Oh, we can make that happen. We can make that happen.
Don't give John any idea.
No, we can, listen. We can make that happen for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make it like a Food Network.
So let's knock it down to Chris Osborne on the sideline. Chris, what do you got? All right, let's get this play in, and then we'll go to Chris here as Powell. Hands off. Right side, nothing doing over there. Clay-Chalkville's just eating up everything right now that the Golden Gophers try to do inside or outside in this football game. Let's talk about that freshman offensive lineman for Hueytown with a first name of Knowledge.
Hey, if there's anything, the number one trait I want in an offensive lineman, it's knowledge. Football IQ can go a long way when you're an offensive lineman. Obviously, size, strength, very important. But football IQ, that's outside of a quarterback, offensive lineman is where I want that.
All right, let's go. Chris is down the sideline now. Chris, what do you got?
Okay, guys, I don't know if you've heard of Pink Beard, the country artist here in Birmingham, but right beside me we have Brett Smith, who is Purple Beard. Tell me about the beard, Brett.
Well, I started growing my beard last year, and my daughter loved it, and I brought up the idea of spray painting it purple for the game, for the colors of the school, and she wouldn't let me shave my beard, and so we bought the spray and sprayed it the day before the game.
So you're a Band-Aid?
Yes, sir.
Tell me about that.
Oh, it's a great life. We love it. My daughter's a sophomore, so this is our second year, and we are fully immersed. We love it.
As I can see. So anything you got to say to anybody at home about what color they should dye their?
Well, they're trying to get me to dye it pink in October for breast cancer awareness, so I might do that. I don't know. We'll see what colors they come up with.
All right, Brett, thanks so much. We'll check back in with you. All right. You heard it here first, guys. Purple Beard.
Yeah.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Purple Beard for the Golden Gophers.
We can get that by the end of the season.
That's right.
For you up here.
That's exactly right.
Maybe by the end of this game.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's going to be about 11 o'clock before we wrap up tonight, right?
Oh, man. I hope it's 11. It's 10 right now.
Oh, man. I'm going to have to go home in a minute.
And we still
That's
got
my bedtime.
4, yes. You
He
picked the wrong game to.
He gets to join the booth for a few minutes, and then he gets
Yeah,
to home. We got to stay through the end of the fourth
crowd,
quarter.
go
Hey,
home.
benefit of being the boss, right? So.
Anything in that mind of yours that you're working on that we can allow, or?
Well, I mean, you know, we're always looking to expand as much as we possibly can, and obviously we have budget constraints like everybody, but within those, you know, we try to add something every season, which we have this year. We've added another camera, I believe, out there.
Yep.
We've added, you know, some segments, I believe, where the drum majors introduced the bands, which I thought was tremendous tonight to be able to feature those kids on TV. You know, just things like that, and you know, we've got a full slate this fall. We're still kind of working out. I think we've decided through week 4 right now, which next week we're at Center Point Fultondale. And the week after that, it's
Winona Corner, right?
Okay. Yeah, or Oak Grove at Pleasant. Is either Oak
One
Grove.
of those two.
Yes. Forgive us, folks. It's getting late tonight.
We know the 4. We're not sure.
Yes.
It's week 0 for us.
It's week 0, right? So, but yeah, no, we've got all that, you know, planned out. And then, you know, we're really trying to put the best games that we possibly can on TV this year on our stream, because we want to feature the best of Jeff Coed, and that's the goal. We'll meet here soon and decide on the kind of the rest of the season. It's always good to let let the first couple of weeks play out and then decide after that. So
absolutely. But you'll see the good teams, you know, that develop as the year goes. What John's talking about.
Yeah.
You know, the McAdories might be on a couple of times. Clay-Chalkville, obviously, will I would guess.
Clay-Chalkville's got a couple of games we're
Yeah.
looking at to do later on. Yeah, for sure.
So we'll see those teams as the year goes. But we usually get everyone on in some form or fashion.
That is the goal, yeah. And if we don't do it in football, we'll certainly do it in basketball.
Right.
I mean, we're just getting started in the school year. We're 2 weeks in right now.
Right.
So, I mean,
Right.
we'll definitely get every school on before the end of the year in some form or fashion, but even if it's not in football.
So the backups are in now. Fry is out, and Clay-Chalkville getting some valuable experience there, and that's Nasir Ray on the handoff, but the new quarterback is in, and that's 21, I think, right? Aaron Robinson? Was he taking the snap there?
21 is always a fun number if it is a quarterback.
We'll make sure here in just a second. Cougars are backed up. Oh, it looks like C.J. Eldridge, the quarterback, in for Aaron Fry. Dr. Gonson talking about, John, and there's really not much you can add, but I'm just amazed at the $99 million of scholarships. Just,
yeah,
that's mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, I mean, and
for our kids.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, that's actually, believe it or not, guys, that's actually a little bit down from the past couple of years. It was, I believe, $108 million the year before that and everything. Now, when you have to kind of look into the numbers too, and you know, actually more kids this past year got a scholarship.
Got money.
Compared to that, it might not have been as much total, but more kids got a scholarship. But yeah, I mean that's tremendous that our students are able to do that. And you know, I don't know if he said it to you guys or not. I've heard him say it a couple of times that, you know, we have these student advisory meetings that he and I go around to. And he brought that up a couple of years ago. And one of the class, I guess they might be sophomores now, said they wanted to have $1 billion. I don't know if we're going to get there or not. But
let's hope college doesn't cost that much.
Exactly, right? Yeah, you never know. So
it's a good goal, though.
But no, I mean we're very, very proud of that number, and that's one thing that's grown under his watch as well. I think when I first started, we were kind of in the neighborhood of about 75, 76 million, somewhere around there. And now routinely we're at 100 million or over that number.
Right.
You know, so
that's amazing.
That's become the norm rather than the exception now.
I'm sorry, and as we said, the feeder schools have a lot to do with it.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
We talk about the high schools because that's what we're broadcasting.
Yeah.
Even though we do some middle school games. But the feeder has to feed that literally.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're broken into 13 different feeder patterns here in Jeff Co-Ed, not including Jefferson County IB, which is a separate one and about to open a brand new campus here in a little bit.
There's a long run there. Great run, but there's way late flag back here as Aaron Robinson got loose for Clay-Chalkville.
I think that was the quarterback being able to slip through several here. I think that flag's going to end up being.
Oh, that is 14. You're right. That's Eldridge.
The Clay-Chalkville player who kept playing without a helmet, possibly.
Yeah, I don't know. Nice run. Anyway, you had a question for John.
Yeah, it was with this communications, the TV and everything. You're talking about the scholarship money as well. How much do you want that to play a part of? I mean, the fact that you're exposing. We can talk about athletics. More colleges to be able to see kids and what they're doing, and these kids being able to say, hey, this is a video of me doing something. How much would that play into scholarship? What's the goal for that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, you know, when you look at communications, you really kind of break results down into two different ways. Number one being, you know, the tangible ones that you can look at, the views that you get, that type of thing. But then you also have to kind of look at the intangibles, I guess, is maybe not the right word for it, but how can you affect a student's life? You know, what can you do in communications to affect a student's life? And that's part of what I love what we do at Jefferson County Schools, because that is the goal, to expose students and highlight these great things where it makes people want to come in and offer them scholarship money. They see the great things happening in Jeff Co-Ed, and they come in, they said, yeah, I want to be a part of that, and I want to bring those kids to the next level. And it's not just college. I mean, look, we've got so much going on with signature academies now.
Skill sets.
We got kids that leave high school and go out to the workforce making $70,000, $80,000 a year.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, it took me a long time to get to that point, right? So, I mean, you know, and these kids are leaving high school 18, 19 years old, going right into the workforce and earning a very good wage right out of school. So, and that's really, you know, that's come under Dr. Gonsolin's leadership as well. So I think probably one of the reasons he was National Superintendent of the Year this year for sure. So
unbelievable. So Clay-Chalkville will have to kick it away as a minute 45 left in the third. We have not scored this quarter, 42-0, and obviously the Cougars well in control, but still great crowd hanging out here and probably enjoying the cooler weather. I know I would be. After all the heat we've had the last week or so.
We've got a nice little breeze coming into the press box right now. I like to
take
off the windows completely right now. It feels really good out here.
Sit outside. Starks is on.
This is
Look,
the weather.
we have another blown coverage. It doesn't go for a touchdown this time, but I don't know if is that Starks. Starks is not even punting. He's normally the punter, so they throw it out. We have another flag down though, so we'll have to see what that. But Hueytown can't even guard the gunners out there for the Cougars.
Yeah, I think that may be one of those things where your brain is just kind of switched off.
Yeah.
You think it's over. You think you made a stop. But might be the backups in. It's a blowout. But Clay-Chalkville is showing. I mean, they're going to do it every time.
Greg Patterson is exasperated with his hat off on the sideline and his head. It's just not going well. Obviously.
Again, it's hard to tell who he's upset with, and To be honest, he's probably upset with everyone. A little bit about
about to
himself,
say,
a
spread
little,
that- yeah.
a little bit with his team, maybe a little bit with the other sideline. Just very frustrated.
But that has nothing to do with week 0 or anything.
No.
You've got to guard the
No.
guy, especially when you've already been burned by it once, right?
That's backyard football.
Right. Matt Coulter is down the sidelines with a report. Matty, what you got?
I think you've noticed and talked about the fact that C.J. Eldridge is coming as a backup to Aaron Fry. Showed a little Aaron Fry on that run that got called back. But you'll also notice band cranking up. You'll also notice that Clay-Chalkville is starting to play a lot of twos, not just at backup. And, guys, I doubt very seriously if we'll see Fry at Barber here in the last quarter and change.
Playing that through a halftime, playing a series or two is fine, but you don't want to be goofy with it. And you want to get backups time anyway, right?
Yeah, I think that's it's probably less of injuries this early in the season and more of just, hey, you have an opportunity to get a bunch of players on the field in week 0.
Powell to Quintrell Jackson, they're going to stack on 15. It looked like a face mask on that particular play, so Hueytown will move it down the field a little bit more. There's the band John was talking about. I don't know if they gave him a break from the uniforms tonight because of the weather,
I
probably.
would think so. I was in the band actually in high
Yeah.
school. Was probably last year trombone, but I played. I gave it my best, but I remember we would do that for first couple of weeks of the season. I mean, those uniforms are hot, and you
no doubt.
wear the shorts and T-shirt and everything.
You'll see that early on in the season. There
Yeah.
won't be a lot of band uniforms.
Plus the
out
rain
there. And
too,
then the
right?
rain, the humidity.
Humidity, yeah.
Be sweating like crazy.
So 15 yards awarded to the Gophers. Let's see if they can, they're backing them up now. They miscalculated a little bit. Got to get the math right there. And they've got it on the 36-yard line. Let's see if, I'd love to see the Gophers scratch here and just get on the board, get something, that bad taste out of your mouth.
That would be big for them mentally.
Huge. Powell hands, and that's just, and that's first-string defensive tackles for Clay-Chalkville in there, right? You saw him coming in. There's McIntyre on the stop.
Yeah, and I
not sure why he's
I do
playing.
think it's a
Maybe
little
conditioning?
different on defense,
Yeah.
and I also think there's some pride in a shutout. I
Yeah,
think they're always
yeah.
now. Would they play the whole, fourth quarter to get a shutout? I'm not sure, but I think every defense will tell you that 0 means a lot to them.
And there's Powell trying to roll. He's sacked. Keith Richmond, his second big play of the game, coming in on that one. Just no man's land.
He has shown that he has, just unmatched speed on the edge. If he comes by, he gets by that first guy, he's going to get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to escape him if he gets by his blocker.
He's bringing the funk for sure. Clay-Chalkville, then they come in with Carlos Pope on the defensive line, and he looks like a tank over there, 26, playing inside right now on the nose, and he's your backup.
Well, guys, thank y'all for having me on here tonight, and it's been a lot of fun.
No, John, we appreciate what you do. We appreciate that you always have our back, and the
Absolutely,
vision
guys.
you have as well, and the execution. And it's a blast working for Jeffco. That's
Absolutely.
Appreciate
Well,
it.
we're glad
hand
to
the
have
mic
you guys
off
on.
to you, and we're going to go home early.
No. I think we might reverse that
You
one
always
here.
want to see the
No, I'm good. TV announcing's in the past for me, so I'm good. This is about as much as I want to do anymore. So,
Thank you, John.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. John Huddleston there again, Director of Communications, and runs the whole deal there for Jefferson County, and of course runs this system that we have here, the app and everything else like that. All right, we're in the fourth quarter. We'll take a break. 42-0 Clay-Chalkville. Hueytown on the drive. This is Jeffco Ed TV.
Welcome to Clay-Chalkville High School. We are Big Clay. Jeff co-ed strong.
Missed a play there. Powell completed to Pritchett and fell short of the goal.
Unfortunately, it was third and about 45. So
yeah, so
we do
fourth
have
down and about maybe 20.
We have a final from one of maybe the closest games involving one of the Jeffco schools tonight. Shades Valley opens the season with a 15-12 win at Woodlawn. Big win for the Mounties.
Yeah, big win, and Woodlawn's going to be much improved there. They're getting their program turned around. Nice kick there by Sosa finally. And some flag down that has the Golden Gophers possibly keeping the ball, but they got 20 yards, right? So that's going to be not enough, actually. I don't think it's going to be roughing, right?
Right, just running
into the kicker, yep.
And that was his best punt of the night, too, so they'll just decline it and keep it down the other end.
I would think. So we got 11 minutes to go here in this football game. Clay-Chalkville will have the football against the Hueytown defense. A lot of backups in, of course, as we theorized.
Central Phoenix City 59, Pinson Valley 16. That score also has gone final. Tough couple of years for Pinson Valley, but no one's going to start very well if you have to play Central Phoenix City out of the gates.
CJ Eldridge with a little pass. It's incomplete. Coming up hard, Keegan Horn. He could have almost intercepted that shovel pass and taken it in.
That would have been the only way. I mean, Hueytown, that's the kind of night it's been for Hueytown, though.
Yeah.
You make a good play, and it's like, well, it technically was a shovel pass, so you can't run it into the end zone for a touchdown.
So flag was on the play. It looks like they're going to march the Cougars back. Horn has played pretty well.
Especially for how many snaps he's played.
Yeah. He's played some offense, a lot of the defense.
I'm sure they're hoping he doesn't have to play as much offense as the season goes along, but in games and moments that are big, they'll want him lining up out there, whether it's tight end, receiver, even in the backfield. We've seen him take handoffs, so he's one of their go-to players no matter what the situation is.
Trying to get some young guys in there. 95, Ja'Cory Williams is in, even though they keep Horn, obviously, and Treaton Thompson in. Some of those guys, Telly Simmons, linebacker, but trying to work in some youth as well. 42-0 on our new-looking scoreboard that Mr. Rocket put together. Looks kind of cool. It's got the logos. I like it.
If there's anything we can count on, it's some good-looking graphics created.
That's right.
As we understand it, they're made overnight.
Graphic
just come to them in his dreams is how I think we were just told.
We've thrown the word visionary out several times. We'll apply it to Mr. Rocket. So first down and 15. Football loose. And they're going to lose even more. Horn was there to kind of disrupt things again. He's becoming a pest.
And you know he wants that ball. He's probably frustrated that he's not getting that ball. He thinks he should be making even more plays right now.
So the Cougars are going backwards. They're running out of real estate, though, because that colored part of the field is not where you want to be, and they're about 3 yards shy of it.
We've seen one safety in that end zone already tonight.
Yeah. So I would have to say, though, overall in the second half, and we've only gone a little over a quarter, about 14 minutes or so we're coming up on, that, look, Hueytown is not completely clean, but they're playing better.
They are. I think it's kind of funny to look at this second half and say, it's kind of felt like more of week 0.
Yeah.
Like there's just been a blank slate. No one's really been doing too much of anything. Some mistakes, some good plays, a lot of penalties. Feels like we've had a lot more of those in the second half. It feels a lot more like week 0. And I am interested that, as Matt talked about earlier from the sideline, no running clock. That was not going to be a thing between these two coaches, and it seems
they
to be
need it.
staying true to that.
Yeah. But to your point, if it was week 4, 5, 6, whatever,
Might be seeing something different.
we probably would have it.
Yeah.
But I get it. This is not everybody plays a jamboree. You need this time, regardless of the score, especially now with it 42-0. You need that time against somebody in a different colored jersey. See what your backups can do, and all the things coaches are looking for.
This is 6A football. You have rosters to do that. This isn't where you have 2A and you're running guys out there for 100 snaps a game. You're able to have multiple guys go out there and play, a whole bunch of different formations, a whole bunch of different lineups.
Second down and a long way. They got to get to the 28, and they're snapping it where the handoff is in the colored part of the end zone. There's a little run out there by the quarterback, Eldridge. Jeffco needs your help in shaping the future of the district. We're about to begin the process of reviewing our current strategic plan. You heard Dr. Gonsolin talk about that, as well as setting our goals for the next 5 years. A very important part of that is getting feedback from the parents, students, teachers, and administrators. One of the cool things about it. So if you work for Jeffco Ed or you have a child that attends one of the schools, be sure to check your email for a link to the strategic plan survey. Answer a few short questions today. Make a difference for tomorrow. Speaking of drone footage, Mr. Rocket loves the drone. Third down and 15. Again, Eldridge, well, he's got plenty of room. He might get the first. He does. He's got the first and more to the 34. And that's one of those things that will just crawl all over Greg Patterson and the defensive staff.
Yeah, we talked about the third and longs early when this game was still in question, making a difference. Hueytown's defense couldn't get off the field, and then Hueytown's offense couldn't stay on the field. Third downs have made a massive difference in this game. Clay-Chalkville converting on third and whatever, and Hueytown not being able to do much of anything on third downs.
Look at 77 there, Christian Bennett. They have him 6'3", 250. He looks way bigger than that, doesn't he?
Yeah,
that's a mistake.
That's a left tackle size right there. He towers over everyone.
Yeah,
he's big, but not too big. He's still quick enough on the left tackle. I mean, look, he just came across and pulled as the lead blocker on a run to the right.
And sealed his man. He looks bigger than that. Of course, we're looking at him from bird's eye view here, but man. And then, of course, 74, we talked about Tavares Powell, 6'5", 287. But he doesn't look very much tinier than Tavares.
And they clearly trust him, and that's as a sophomore. You see him pulling from the left tackle. Not a guard position. He pulled from the left tackle to the lead block on a run play to the right side. You do not see that very often.
42-0. Second down and 5. Eldridge just taking snaps now, running. Does not want to go out of bounds. Does anyway. But he'll have the first down. So first down for the Cougars. And the purple jersey starting to breathe a little heavier, and those shoulders dropping just a little bit.
Yeah, you might not see running clock. You might see them still running the ball. But I guarantee you'll see a lot more time go off that play clock than you did early on.
No doubt. We talked about Clay-Chalkville being a legit, early on obviously, we're up here theorizing after game 1, but a legit 6A state title contender. Whoa, it looks like, is that Horn? No, it's actually Moore who has the ball. I don't know what happened, but Donovan Moore got the ball and sprinted for 6 while we're up here just hanging out.
You could see.
Did you see what happened?
I didn't see how he got the ball. I saw the ball pop loose.
Let's see what we got if we got a replay.
But Moore, talk about athleticism. Like, it just comes out right there. He runs through. He just takes that ball from him. No one knows he had the ball at all. He just ripped it from him.
How about that speed in the fourth quarter of a game?
That's a 5-star defensive lineman.
Yeah, with a defensive lineman, yeah. So Hueytown gets a little bit of something.
You can tell with the way he, I'm going to call it celebrated, even though it didn't really look like a celebration. He was glad he got that and just.
Hey, Quintrell Jackson sprints for 2. 42-8 makes the wound feel a little bit better. We'll take a break and come back with more. You're watching Jeff Coed TV.
Welcome. We are Hueytown High. Every day is a great day to be a Golden Gopher. We are Jeff Coed Strong.
Welcome back to Jeff Coed TV. Scott Griffin, Caleb Turntine, making us sound good up here. John Rocket as well, Chris Osborne, and Mr. Matt Coulter roaming the sidelines. He's found kind of a different angle of something down there. Matty, what do you got?
Ladies and gentlemen, there are all kinds of superstars on the field with helmets on, but there are also superstars on the field in black and white. You're looking at Jay Vines. Folks, when I came to Birmingham, started doing high school football back in 1982, he was on the field. Now he's blowing the whistle. He's going to straighten things out. He is the longest active tenured official in the state of Alabama. That is Jay Vines. Jay, the legend Vines, 48 years on the field.
Yeah, and a former tight end at Alabama for Bear Bryant, and a former co-worker of Scott Griffin from the company Health South.
You could tell he's been out there for a while when the team's just lined up on the wrong side of the field. The way he was shaking his head, he was I've been doing this too long to be telling y'all where to line up at.
There's a good look at Jay. I thought I'd seen everything, and now, still got it. Still reffing games. Good for him. Looks in great shape.
Moved around better than I am up here.
Not many Bear Bryant guys left, but he's one of them. There's a short kick being returned. Hueytown, boy, giving up a big play here. They're going to have it cross the 50 again. Is that Starks? Number 3 for Chalkville. Caden Ferris, wide receiver, back up. He looks as good and crafty as a lot of them. So much talent deep on this Clay-Chalkville team, and they've been living on the other side of the 50, pretty much starting possessions there a lot.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest, I've slacked a little bit here on my stats in the second half, but it seems like at least maybe 3/4 of their possessions have started on Hueytown's side of the 50. And again, you talk about big plays and field position, that's all they've needed. It might not. It feels like a blowout, don't get me wrong, but it's really 6-7 plays that have made a massive difference in this game.
Huge plays. A couple of Corey Barber long touchdown passes, a Barber punt return touchdown. There's a swing pass to Ray, the H-back tight end, and he's got positive yardage there. Let's go to Chris Osborne, who's down the sidelines. Chris, what do you got?
17 for the Cougars on the reception. Master Ray brought down by number 21, Amari Davis. That's the first down.
All right, we'll figure that out. Eldridge taking the snap. Quick out, throws it out, got knocked away. As they was trying to hit Caleb Amerson, that sophomore, out in the flat for a little quick hitter. And why not get the backup quarterback involved in some plays, right?
Yep, he said they were going to keep running the ball, but eventually you do want to throw it a little bit. They've called running or passing plays past couple of possessions. He's just taken off with it and made a little bit more space with his feet instead.
42-8, Hueytown scoring on a long fumble recovery touchdown and run by Donovan Moore. Eldridge again, and he's just falling forward. He's getting hands on him, but he's still going 7 or 8 yards.
Hey, you don't see backup quarterbacks, especially young guys, embrace contact the way he has and wanting to fall forward and push forward it's not just trying to use his speed to get to the sideline. He's really going through the defense. Been impressed by his running ability.
6:32 and counting in the football game. 42-8, Clay-Chalkville. Now throwing right side, got knocked down, and Emerson lets it go. You got to fall on it just in case, but it was a forward pass out there. So that goes incomplete. There's the Hueytown band. As we said, not in their heated uniforms or uniforms that would definitely be quite humid for sure. And their T-shirts and shorts, and they're appreciative of that tonight.
We can come in T-shirt and shorts next time, right?
Yes.
That's.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I think we're good with that.
At least for the first month of the season, right? 4th down and 2 for the Cougars. Again, I can't get over Bennett there. I mean, he just doesn't he look bigger than 6'3", 250 to you, the left tackle?
He looks bigger than 6'3". I mean,
yes.
he stands above the rest, and I guess you always look to the guy next to him, and Shamar Smith next to him is only listed at 5'10", so maybe that's why it looks.
Maybe
I mean, 5 inches taller than another offensive lineman usually puts you, pretty high up there, but.
Eldridge scrambles for another first down as Jay Vines marks that one up top.
I want to go back to the what we're calling a scoop and score, a fumble recovery
we'll
for a
have
touchdown. Donovan Moore. Was it? It barely even looked like a fumble. I mean,
it just kind of. Next thing you know, there's a guy in purple running the other way.
I saw another video from a different angle that was caught from somebody on social media, and the ball never hits the ground. I mean, it's almost like he hands it off to him.
Let's
take a look
at it. Let's take a look at it
to
again.
A true fumble recovery. He ripped and scored more than scooped and scored.
Right,
you look,
so
14 has
the quarterback.
it, and suddenly he doesn't. He looks back, and no one knows that he has the ball. And he's just taking off to the right side. Great work on the camera work because we didn't know what was happening.
Yeah, I would.
We didn't know where the ball was. Camera stuck with the ball the whole way. So credit to our crew on that one. That's a great play. You see that sometimes in college, NFL. That's like one of the best plays you can make as a defensive lineman. You rip the ball and you keep the ball. Obviously, one of the plays, like a Jadeveon Clowney kind of play. You don't let the ball move anywhere. You are in control of the ball the whole time. And and then to be able to do that, break a tackle and run 50 yards this late in the game, like you said. A really impressive play on a night that mostly to forget for Hueytown. That's a play to remember.
Yep. Coaching staff still coaching. That's not surprising for a Greg Patterson staff. Coaching for week 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, whatever down the line. Coaching for region play. Band still getting into it a little bit.
And it's 10:30. We've lost a little bit of crowd, but I gotta say there's a lot more people than I would expect to be here at 10:30 of a 34-point game in August.
2nd down and 8. That'll get 3 or 4. So it'll be 3rd down about 6. Clock at 5:02. Eldridge getting a lot of snaps here in this first game. I'm sure Stuart Floyd and the offensive staff like that. Offensive coordinator Kyle Dickerson, the pass game coordinator. Getting Eldridge with some snaps. Handoff inside and a nice strong run between the tackles there. And that is Caden McGee, a junior running back.
Because Hueytown scored defensively, it's kind of felt like Clay-Chalkville has had the ball for the last 30 minutes. Probably all of the fourth quarter.
Pretty much all of it. First down and 10 at the 17. Eldridge throws it and a little bit past 3 receivers all in the same area. Maybe that's a broken pattern over there because all 3 were within about 10 yards of each other.
I think he had, looked like number 3 on a wheel route almost. He got behind the defense and the throw was a little bit too far inside as opposed to the pylon.
Second down and 10. Football at the 17-yard line. Eldridge throws right into the hands, and good smart play there as he throws the interception. Rolling left, not really pressured, but throwing across his body, but still picked off on that side by Hueytown's Anton Witt, the sophomore defensive back. We saw him make a great tackle earlier in the second half.
Yeah, that's a smart play. You know, you look up, you're down that many touchdowns.
Yeah.
He is just barely inside the
That's a
end
sophomore.
zone. Yeah, no hesitation.
Yeah.
Caught that ball and he said, this is the better play, and it was. I mean, he was about to get tackled. If he even tries to inch out of that end zone, gets tackled forward, we'll be down at the 1-yard line. So that's a heads-up play. Again, a positive play, a positive sign, something you can take away from a game like this.
Big backup quarterback in now for Hueytown, and they hand it off, and that's Robinson getting the carry. But in at quarterback for Hueytown is no, it's still Jaden Powell. I'm sorry, I thought that was 10. It's still Jaden in there getting those reps as the senior, so I apologize for that. Robinson also the starting back in there. We knew that, getting the carry. And he's probably close to 60, 70 yards, maybe. Would you say or no?
Yeah, I think so. He had that good run at the end of the first half, and the problem with his first half was that he had 2 or 3 big losses. But yeah, his last 10 carries have probably been 50, 60 yards. So again, more positives for Hueytown to take away. Clay-Chalkville does look like they have a lot more second stringers, maybe even third stringers on defense out there now for the first time. Especially, again, that shutout's gone, even though.
Oh, wow, they almost had a pick there. Powell threw a yang, and the receiver went a yang, and it went right in the hands of Clay-Chalkville's defensive back, and that's Keith Scott.
That could have been a defensive touchdown
easily
for the Cougars. He pretty much only had offensive linemen to beat if he caught that ball cleanly.
(42-8). Powell will run it and step out of bounds. Had some pretty good scrambles tonight as the senior quarterback. And again, you might be thinking, why is the senior there in this kind of game? Well, it's the first game of the year. Patterson wanting to get him to feel good about himself, get some plays in there, get some continuity going.
I mean, at the end of the day, you think, well, what good is it to get confidence against second, third stringers? Well, it's the same reason you practice against the second team, a scout team. You want to get it right. And this is just full contact practice under the lights in a setting that, he wants to get more comfortable in.
They throw it inside. Do the Gophers. And that was Eatman, who's got his third catch of the night, got belted there. Second down and 5. A little bit of a rhythm going for Powell. A little low there to Quintrell Jackson, now a late flag.
I'm not sure the angle for that official was correct to make that call. Probably would have referred to the officials in the back, but he certainly saw something that thought was worthy of throwing a flag for pass interference.
So Hueytown will move it up a little bit. That'll move it up 15, actually. So Hueytown will get it on the 36-yard line. 42-8 Clay-Chalkville, 2:57 to go. Powell still in. Five wide receiver sets. Sorry, Caleb.
If you want to talk about things that Clay-Chalkville will want to clean up, their second half, that's their 7th penalty.
Yeah.
And 5 of them have been for at least 10 yards, just in the second half alone. So, obviously, I think the legal formations, the false starts, those things are things like you get more frustrated with. But the holdings, the pass interference, the personal fouls, those are things that will actually hurt you even more in a game. You want to clean it up in any way. Less laundry on the field.
Quintrell Jackson with the 8-yard catch, 2nd and 2. Powell getting good protection. Just underthrowing a little bit on this drive.
Yeah, that one looked like a little bit short-armed. He stepped up, thought about throwing, and then by the time he did throw it, he had lost his power in his step. Yeah. Short-armed it, and the throw would have been late anyway, so it might have been better for him.
3rd down and 2. Anthony Robinson on the right flank, but coming across. No, he takes the handoff. Makes one man miss. Still on his feet. Nice run to the 23-yard line. 1st down. Again, he's had some positive runs tonight. Not the biggest guy you can have, but a tough little running back.
As important as that 0 was to Clay-Chalkville, now that it's gone because of a defensive touchdown, you know Hueytown's offense, they still feel like they have a 0. And they still want to get in the end zone.
Great point.
So these last 2 minutes will mean a lot to them going forward.
And there's Powell, who threw it probably late, didn't you think, to the wide receiver, but still got great yardage. He rolled and he was sat down in his route, threw it 2 or 3 seconds late, but didn't matter. Still on near the 5-yard line.
I think that was his 2nd or 3rd option, which is something we did not see him doing in the first half. So that's, again, a progress you want to see. That's why the throw was a little bit late and a great move after the catch to get free.
Whistle and timeout, Clay-Chalkville. We'll take a break, come back with more. Hueytown trying to score to feel even better about themselves here at the end. You're watching Jeff Coed TV.
Introducing the brand new app for Jefferson County Schools. It's everything Jefferson County Schools in your pocket. This is the home screen. Tap the 3 horizontal lines in the bottom left to see all the menu items. To turn on push notifications, tap Settings, select Notification Preferences, and allow notifications. Tap Subscriptions to subscribe to your school. The Events section shows a list of events throughout the school. You can use this button to add an event to your calendar, or tap here to share the event with friends and family. The feed is where you'll find updates from administration about what's going on throughout the school, whether that's celebrating a student's success or reminding you about an upcoming deadline. Search Jefferson County Schools, Alabama in the App Store or Play Store.
Welcome back to Jeff Coed TV. Throw down, that's a touchdown. Powell, drop it back. Let's see who's got it. Is that Quintrell Jackson or can't see yet? And we'll maybe get a better look here. Boy, still having trouble picking that up.
Looks like Antonio Porter.
Porter,
17.
All right.
Tight shot right there to get that. I think he might have just been barely across the plane. Caught that ball, fell forward. But it was a good look. I think he did get in. Good call there. A little bit of a battle for the ball after the play. Once the ball breaks the play and he has possession, it's a touchdown. The play was over.
Sosa on for the extra point. Jackson will hold. They need to get one of these executed. There's a flag. Cougars are offside on that one.
Well, for Hueytown, if it was about winning the second half, they came out much better. You can speak to urgency that Clay-Chalkville had. You can speak to who they were playing against, first, second string, whatever. But that's not going to matter to the coaching staff because Hueytown got out there and did what they were supposed to do once the second half arrived. You can only control so much about what the other team's doing, but you got out there and you did what you were supposed to do. A massive improvement from the first half in execution.
Sosa puts it up and through, 42-15. We'll take another break. You're watching Jeff Coed TV. Welcome back here to Jeff Coed TV. Scott Griffin, Caleb Turrentine, Chris Osborne, Matt Coulter roaming the sidelines. And our great crew, 42-15. Hueytown's actually won the second half, if that means anything. I'm sure you'll take any solace you can, but they played better. Not perfect, but better in the second half, outscoring the Cougars 15-0. Looking for a new professional home? Well, Jeff Coed could have a spot for you. We're always looking for hardworking folks to join our work family. To view current openings and apply, just head over to jeffcoed.com, click careers. Take part in a career that is both rewarding and has the ability to change a young person's life.
We got a few finals from around Jeffco. As we said, we expected some finals to come in before we wrapped up here, even though with a little bit quicker second half. McAdory beat Pleasant Grove 57-7, a dominant first half. They ended up running away with that one.
Here comes, speaking of running away, here come the Cougars on a long kick return. And that looks like Caden Ferris, right? Again, wide receiver. Is there flags down? Yep, we've got a flag way back at the 30. Go ahead with your scores.
James Clemens finished off Gardendale, beating them 35-21. The Rockets playing up 7A classification. Going to be a tough game. Certainly, I'm sure some takeaways from that. Corner, who we expect to battle for a region title again this year. I know we were hoping to be there for that last year when they played Briarwood. Corner beat Winfield 34-20. Good start to them, and obviously a community that has gone through a lot over the past couple of months with some students dying in a car accident. I know that was probably a special moment for their community tonight, being out there again, being back on the football field and getting a win for them. We'll be looking out for them this season. So a big night across Jefferson County tonight to start week 0. It feels good to be back, and football weather arrived tonight, even after the rain.
We'll take it. And a lot of returning stars like Aaron Fry, Corey Barber coming back, Spencer Unruh, corner, the running back. There's a lot of names, Donovan Moore here, and different ones that shone in 2024, and they're hope to shine in 2025. Or continue shining, maybe. No doubt on the final on this one. It's just what the score will be. And Clay-Chalkville hopes just to grind out a first down here and everybody can get to go home.
I don't expect anything to be too creative here. They're probably just going to run it a few more times. But there's nothing wrong with getting a couple of extra snaps in instead of just kneeling the ball.
Yep.
Make sure you're still executing, get your guys in there. Clean snaps, clean handoffs. All the practice you can get. You never know what's going to happen to your starting running back, your starting quarterback. Everybody's got to stay ready.
Caden McGee, or McGee, I should say, with that carry, he'll probably get another one here. It does. Same pretty much play. Up on the left side, still on his feet. Tripped up, but not before he got the first down. That could be the last play of the game as they move the sticks. We're at 20 seconds to go. And that will be the last play of the game, as the teams will go to their respective sidelines, shake hands at midfield, and get together. We'll have an interview with Stuart Floyd after the game. Matt Coulter will secure that as Stuart Floyd makes his way across midfield, leading his Cougars, and there's Greg Patterson as well. who's got to feel a little bit better, Caleb, in the second half.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we talked about the frustrations they had, and obviously coming out of the first half, he still talked about it there a little bit. As they are still talking there at midfield, which I'm sure they have a lot to talk about. These are two coaches and two programs that they continue to play each other because they have a lot of respect for each other. And they both know that this isn't an easy season opener by any means, even though Clay-Chalkville made it look that way. So takeaways for Hueytown, the second half was better, but you might even learn even more from the first half on what you need to be better at, and I'm sure they will. They have a bye week, and I expect they'll be competing for a region title 2 or 3 weeks from now. So
they get a lot of work done. They got game film now, young offensive line that can get better in a 2-week time period, so don't sleep on Hueytown just yet, because again, they've got that medal, that expectation that sometimes carries you, even when you're not as good, it carries you to heights you wouldn't normally see if you didn't have that confidence and that expectation. And they certainly expect to be in the playoffs. 42-50 in the final. Clay-Chalkville over Hueytown. And again, Matt Coulter will have the head coach down there. He looks like he's already around the media down there a little bit. So we'll get that coming up in just a few minutes.
I know we can't talk enough about Corey Barber tonight. New school, new team, new offense. As we said, it might have taken a little bit. They got him the ball on the very first snap of the game. But once they started using him to stretch the field, that's what changed this game. He had the back-to-back long touchdown catches, one for 63, one for 87, and the next time he touched the ball was a 40-yard punt return for a touchdown. And that was at the point where we thought, well, this game is over. And Corey Barber was a large part of that. There's a reason he'll be playing in the SEC. And there's a reason that he makes Clay-Chalkville's offense better, and we saw that tonight. Makes Aaron Fry better. We can talk a lot about Aaron Fry's improvement, but it helps to have a guy like Corey Barber, and I think tonight showed that they both make each other better, and that's the goal, what you want from a quarterback-wide receiver duo.
All right, we'll take a break. Come back. We'll have the post-game interview here with Stuart Floyd. You're watching Jeffco Ed TV.
Certainly we need more drivers, but we need folks more than that who want to make a difference.
It's the best job in the world. Bus drivers are doing a tremendous job in receiving kids each day with a smile, sending them home each day with a smile, making a difference in their lives.
Most bus drivers are there to invest in the children as well as to gain an investment for themselves. We're excited that you're interested in being a bus driver trainer. The potential is great about changing lives.
Let's go down to Matt Coulter with Stuart Floyd.
Coach Floyd, pretty convincing victory. You're now still undefeated against Hueytown. You've been a part of all 7. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a good win. You know, it's first game, and you never know what to really expect. But I thought our kids played well. We were prepared, and we seemed to be in shape. It's a really humid night, but I thought we played fast and physical, and you know, the big players made big plays when they needed to.
You pulled your ones about midway through the third quarter, which obviously you can understand doing that, but my point is you got your 2s and 3s some playing time, and you never know when you're going to need that backup.
Yeah, you gotta try to build that depth, and if you have an opportunity to build the depth, you got to. We kept our 1-0 line in just to get them in shape, you know what I mean? But it was good for our skilled kids to get in there and get that experience, and try to build some depth, because you got to have it if you're going to make a run.
Thought your defense played well. They had the shutout until the very end. The only other score was on a turnover, so almost had it.
Yeah, the offense cost us Krispy Kreme, so I think some of the offensive coaches should come up with that money on Monday.
Yes, Krispy Kreme is the donut for $0. All right.
That's right.
What do you do between now and Ramsey?
You know, we got a lot to fix. Just the preparation. I hate, you know, I'm kind of one of the ones working with special teams, and so all the the special teams penalties, that can kill you in a tight game and a big game. So just that, and then having, people ready to go when people get hurt or you got, the second group in, just having that depth and people being prepared on the sideline.
Good win.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it, Stuart.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matty. Stuart Floyd, the winning coach for tonight, 42-15, Clay-Chalkville over Hueytown. Final thoughts, Caleb Turntine.
I think Clay-Chalkville is going to need to see a little bit of improvement in other aspects. Again, we can talk about the offense. They have the skills. They have the playmakers. I think he's right in building depth. You want to have more than just a couple of playmakers. That was the difference tonight. You're going to run into teams like Parker, like
Yes.
Saraland, who can match your talent across the field, and you have to score in other ways. Now, they might be able to do that. We just didn't see them need that tonight. And that's what we talked about at halftime, and that's I think that's probably just the final takeaway. Other than the fact that Clay-Chalkville looks like a 6A contender from the start, I don't think that surprises anyone. And I still think Hueytown will be fine. It's an ugly season opener, but as you mentioned, they haven't won a season opener since 2021. So this isn't a position that they're unfamiliar with. Coach Patterson knows how to respond from that. And I think these are two teams that we will be seeing play in November, maybe a couple weeks into November.
We will see. So we'll wrap it up here from Hueytown Stadium. Great job by our crew, Chris Osborne, Matt Coulter on the sidelines, all our camera guys, Jake on the instant replay, John Rocket make us look at it good here on the director. Thanks to Dr. Walter Gonsolin for coming by the studio, also, the press box, I should say, and then John Huddleston as well. Our first game is in the books. We got a lot more for you for the rest of the year. Next week, Center Point and Fultondale is the game. So get ready over there as we got two first-year coaches getting ready to do battle in Game 2 of the Jeff Coed TV schedule. For our crew, we appreciate you watching. We'll see you next Friday at 7 o'clock. You've been watching Jeff Coed TV.